Tonight, we're bringing this week's Flight Sim news with thanks to SayIntentions. We're here to check out Bluesky's Grumman AA5 aircraft lineup. Raul from FSReborn joins us for a chat, and we take a preview of FSEXPO 2026. Hello?
Hello there.
That was quite abrupt. Hello! Happy Tuesday, and welcome to that day you thought wasn't right, and welcome to the news. The almost middle of the week. You're all very welcome aboard. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys have had a great day. Tonight we have our Flight Sim news because, well, tomorrow we'll be airborne aboard Aer Lingus AI-89er, Dublin to Minneapolis in an A321 XLR, and nummage. But tonight, friends, well, we're going to catch up with all the news. There's actually been quite a bit considering it's only Tuesday, and we also have some stuff to take a look at as well. Raul from Reborn shall be chatting to us what's coming next for the beloved Phenom, and of course we're going to have a look at an upcoming general aviation aircraft from Bluesky. It's called the Grumman AA5, like the tiger and the cheetah and the right. And then we've other stuff to do as well. We're going to be talking about Flight Sim Expo, the schedule, what's happening, the events and all the jazz, where you'll find me, where you mightn't find me, right? Do you know, I've done all me packing today. Brilliant. I had to do it twice. Couldn't fit everything in, so I had to get kind of creative, right? But the good news is I'm packed. I just need to put in my wash bag, a pair of socks, and a charger, and then I'm good to go. Good to go. So yes, we're leaving here in the morning at about 7, because there's quite the crowd coming to Balla Áthaclia tomorrow, Dublin, from around the parish, right? We know we have Jefferson 2001 flying in, Raul is flying in, Chewy is flying in, so there's going to be loads of flight simmers in Dublin wondering what's right. I'll be there now as the guide. Come into the parlour, a couple of pints now, lads. You know. And if you thought my Platoos joke was good, wait till I tell you the one about the mission that Herr Flick was sent back in the 1940s when he had to come to Ireland to speak to Paddy. Now, the rain in Spain rains mainly on the plain, or something like that, right? Ah, Jesus! This one will go on forever. So I'm looking forward to telling that joke. And I've also just alerted myself, I'm not bringing any form of trouser whatsoever.
You're going a bit mad.
It's all shorts. I'm looking for good weather here, lads. No trousers. You don't need trousers. It's going to be shorts. Right. And then when I get over there, if it's bearable, I might buy a jeans or something. But you know, I've lovely legs, you know. I grew them myself. And, well, sure, listen, it'll be grand, right? But showing off the turkey legs, I don't have turkey legs. It's freaking... I've lovely legs. I've seen better legs hanging out of a nest. I've lovely legs, you know. Especially when they go out... I'm not going to say it, but, like, they're lovely legs, right? They carry me around the place, you know. I've mishandled one of them fairly bad, and the other one not as well, breaking them. But apart from that, you know, legs, they're good. They do the job. Penguin legs, just as terrible. Turkey legs, though. Turkey legs. I don't have I have beautiful legs. How did this start off with an assault on me legs? Jesus. But anyway, you're all very welcome in. And as I said, yeah, quite a good bit of news to cover here tonight. We are dressed, of course, in the latest fashions of flight sim tees. And did you see? I'll do a world premiere exclusive. More details coming soon on how you might get one of these, right? But for those of you at FSReborn, well, if you can answer the riddle, I'll pose you a riddle. If you can answer correctly, look at the absolute hack of now, it's done to my cranium aerodynamics, and it doesn't look like that when it's on your head. It actually looks normal, right? Gibbo has been hard at work, and he has designed for me a TwoToneMurphy cap. Do we like it? Isn't it very fancy? Isn't it very fancy? Look what he did there with the writing on the side, look. Oh, shit. That makes you go faster, look. Right, and then this one over here, that sign, that gets you into nightclubs after 10 o'clock. I'm just telling you, it's brilliant, right? I love them. So there'll be a few of these making their way over the Atlantic, and of course, we'll see what the crack is, but more details coming soon on where you can get the extravaganza that is Flight Sim Tees merchandise. Yes. So, brilliant. I did it brilliant. You know, I was wearing it earlier on. Two-Tone Junior's after swiping me one that has the light built into it. He went out into the garden last night. Oh, look, it's a light. And but anyway, it's a nice down cover. And yeah, you can wear it backwards as well, but only the cool lads can do that, you know. Yeah, right. Hang on now, that's a good job for, you know, that'll hide the mischief. I'm like a chef that never was or something, but I'm wearing headphones, so that's why it doesn't work right. But they're adjustable, you see. They have an adjustable, not much train track left on my adjustable bars, but they're adjustable all the same. If you can fit my mallet into it, you're laughing. You're going to fit yours and your wives and your children. They'll all fit. It's an umbrella. That's what it is, an umbrella. But anyway, you're all very welcome in, and great to see you guys. I'm going to miss you. I hate this. I hate not streaming. But you go nuts. Mr. Two-Tone will tell you. I to be moany and darky. Ah! We're outside in the real world. Bah! Yeah, right. So, I'm already looking forward to getting back to our next stream, which will be next Wednesday, tomorrow week. Jeez, it's a long time from now till then. But we'll keep you up to date, of course. We'll be live streaming from over there. And, yeah, it's going to be all go. Do you know? So, who's here in the chat? Well, welcome everyone in. We're going to get through our few bits and bobs. Raul is going to join us for a chat. And then I'm going to show you some fancy aircraft and also some other stuff, including we're going to preview that brand new livery the Cyrus T has been working on. That's a community kind of a get-together where you enter this competition, and if you win, you'll get to name the aircraft. Your name will go on the livery and a logo. Ooh. So that's all going to be the thing here now soon, right? So, who's here? CP65, you're very welcome aboard. Have I tunage? Yes. CP is here, good to see you. D White is in the house. Super Typhon, what's up? Hope you're well. Bald Eagle, a very good afternoon. Fierce Wolf, looking fierce. And Wolfie, welcome in, buddy. Hope you're well. Viper Strike is in the house. Currently transporting them fellas from Las Vegas to Dallas. Good man. Mrs. TPHI rolls out of the bed upside down, realising it's the afternoon. Hello, Murph and Fireflies. She says, hello, Mr. TPHI. Yuval is here. Good to see you. Creo, a very happy Tuesday to all in County Mayo. Let me see here now. Stu Snape is here. Good to see you, buddy. Jesus, Stu, we've to stop meeting like this. Good to see you, man. Let me see here now. Eamon 1973 is in the house. Rob Dag is here. Good to see you, Rob. Britain MCO. Good to see you, man. Jesus, then. When are you getting in? Thursday, is it? I'll start drinking on Wednesday just to make sure I save you a seat, right? It'll be grand. It'll be grand. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Happy Tuesday to you. Who else come in? The Impossible Face is here. Blinky, good evening. Hermit Something, a very good afternoon to Baston. Hope you're well, buddy. Kirog, welcome aboard. Cyrus T, the man of teal. You're very welcome in, Cyrus. D White, yeah, it didn't understand Schleiger. Right, I'll have words at the bot. McManser, good evening. Shuffle Shoes, shuffles in. HH John, hope you're well. APU Inspector, 245 streams in a row. Dude, thank you very, very much indeed. The Impossible Face says, I discovered today that whilst I love flying into New York, I hate going missed at LaGuardia as it's quite easy to do. All the time, guilty as charged. 19 Vulcan, good to see you, buddy. Thank you very much. Marigin is here. The Marigin, right? What's this he called me the last day? I know, we had a name. He called me something. I was like, no, that's Marigin's new name. Balls, I'm after forgetting it. No, I'm after forgetting. It'll come back to me now in a minute. What was it? Oh, I'll think of it now in a second. There was a name. The Mangler. Yes, the Mangler. I'm going to be introducing it. This is Marigin, also known as the Mangler. They won't know what? What? Yes. He hunts fish with his teeth and he walks the hills in joggings in the winter at night. We call him the Mangler. Brilliant, right? I have to get you chaps and everything. Think about it now, but not too much, right? Liptorius, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. The Dameranian is here. Happy Tuesday. Now let me see. There's loads of people using the check-in. I love that. Idle Cutoff is here. Cambridge calling. Hello from Tipperary. Currently 11 degrees. 11 degrees since the summer. Although it is to get very warm, I believe, on Saturday. 23 degrees on Saturday, lads. Ooh. So we'll see what happens there. Andy11, good to see you. SoCal Jerry, good to see you, Jerry. Crafty Tigers is in the house. Welcome aboard. Who else come in? Ryan is here. Sunjammer, good evening. Will you walk into me parlour? Wait. This is the prettiest little parlour that you ever did spy. Wait, what? No! Enough of this. Enough! We've changed the subject now. Seemingly it's shagging turkey legs. Piku is here. Good to see you. What have I just set myself up for? Now, buttons. Two Dogs. A very good evening. Happy Tuesday. Rob MCR is here. Welcome aboard. Old Veteran 965. Scott is here. He says, oh my, it is Tuesday and time for the news. Join us later for more information from Raul of FSReborn and what he has on tap. Tell your friends. Yes. Climb a mountain and shout. But yes, good to see you, Scott. Hope you're well. Who else come into the parlour here now? Norse Viking, good to see you. Sean Dale, good evening. Willow How Much is here in Fiji. Heisenberg, he says safe trip tomorrow. See you in St. Paul. I will see you in St. Paul under the clock tower at noon. There isn't a clock tower. I'll meet you under the cathedral at noon. Bring a clock tower. Right, Nutty Slack, good to see you. Muse fan, burst in the door. Happy hump day on a non-hump day. All right. Good to see you, man. Zith is here. Good to see you. Now, let me see. Buttons, lads. Buttons. Uniform Goose. Good day, Goose. Hope you're well. Old Veteran. Jays is down. Look at that. 7 in a row. One day and I wake up until Expo. I bet Murph hasn't even started packing. Thank God for him that the missus will take care of him. Murph, have you charged your power brakes yet? Now. Right. I have packed. Now, may not be accurate. It may not even be sensible, but I've packed what I, intend to wear. Hello!
Everything laid out.
No, what? Jesus. There was nothing laid out for me. I had to go crawling into mad places. Marigin pressed a mad button, or should I say, the Mangler. Do you know how Marigin got the name the Mangler? He made it up, and now I'm going to tell rumours, that he hunts wild goat in the springtime. And he once ate an entire eel whilst dressed like Ronald McDonald. For all we know, he's called the Marigin. No, the Mangler. Balls! I'll work on it. This is going to be brilliant, right? We'll have to get you a name tag that says Mangler. People won't know what it is. But anyway, Marigin, Jesus, 20 gifted tier 1 subs gone into the place. It's the thing. Look! Lads, if you just got a tier 1 sub with thanks to Marigin, well, do be sure to say thank you. Jesus, the man is a legend. Now, but yes, I have packed. The boys is here, good to see you. I used the SayIntentions.ai systems optimizer today. It made quite a few different tweaks, which seem to have had made a difference. Ooh, the Boise. That's great to hear, buddy. And don't forget, share some of these in the community as well. If you're using that optimizer, that's that new systems optimizer from SayIntentions, because it's very good, but it doesn't do auto changes. It just kind of suggests things to you. And your mileage is going to vary. It depends on hardware, settings, software, all this kind of jazz. But for the most part, it should be able to get you better smoothness. It's not necessarily going to be the FPS counter. It's designed to make your flight sim run more efficiently based on your own computer components, you see. So if you do find good changes and things are improved, well, do be sure to share them, you know. Mountain Man is here. Wait, I am late to the party. It's okay, we kept the door open for you. Sit down there quick. Good to see you, man. Photos by Kev, good to see you. We are a day early. We absolutely are. Audio was muted, says Kev. Who? What? Whose audio? My audio? Summer is coming, and this old man is once again working extra as a stop sign. I hate having red pigmentation. Derek, poor old Diffel, God love him, and he had terrible, he got a bad old knockout. Rob Dog says, are you in business class or with the cattle? I am the cattle. Come back here now to the back of the plane. It's all grand. Don't mind those people up there in the front. They're not living in the real world, and I wouldn't mind. I actually know someone who's up there. I'm going to be shouting abuse once I find out what seat number he's in. Right? It's going to be brilliant. No, but I'm in cattle class where you get a numb. Aer Lingus personally give you a numb butt after your flight. You won't feel your legs, and that's how they roll. That's how they roll. You know, it's a great part of the service. But anyway, Britain needs to pack. What's your pack, will you? All you need is a bottle opener and your wallet, your phone. Everything else is grand, right? Now, SoCal Jerry says, we will find you at the pub. We all know this. Yeah, I mean, it's a given. McGovern's pub, we'll start there. I found another one called the Shamrock. A bit of a trek, but I still think we'd have to go down and have a look, you know. Did you see the hanger dance that I posted in the Facebook page? I did not. We'll need to check. Did you pack Mr. Spitz too? Mr. Spitz. Are they expecting you to buy pints for everyone? Pints of water. Yeah. I like to, you know, the hydrator. You'll have the mangler and the hydrator. In fact, you'll have the mangled hydrator. 3 pints of water. Ah, yes. Brilliant. And a free bar. Make sure you get there. Granted, the free bar is literally a Snickers or a Mars, or if you remember, like I do, a Marathon. Do you remember the Marathon bar? Why don't they have cool bars of chocolate name anymore? It's all like Dairy Milk, you know, or, you know, well, Snickers, but like Marathon. That meant something, you know. And then Yorkie. Didn't Yorkie get in fierce trouble? You know, it's not for girls. You can't say that. Why? Because you'll upset the crowd with the flags and the letters, and now you can't say it. And then they made them smaller. Right. DK Funfly, good to see you. Hope you're well. Assidious, welcome aboard. Gibbo's here, and the first thing Gibbo said, he's slagging me. Gibbo, you know I've lovely legs. In fact, I'm fairly sure I heard this right. You once gave me a compliment saying, Murph, you have lovely legs. Now, granted, I could have maybe, you know, thought of that up in my own head. Yeah, right. But anyway, that's not important. In a box, man, good to see you, buddy. Do you have lucky legs, Murph? Wait, raw chicken white legs. Ah, Jesus. One leg is shorter than the other. It actually is. Don't even get started on the hands. Hey, you're a great bunch of lads. You know that. Mugan is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Turkey legs goes well. You fly as well as a turkey when coming out of an aircraft. I might need to cancel my flight. Nobody needs to see Murphy's knobbly knees. I don't have knobbly knees. I'm beautiful, gorgeous. You know, you paint pictures based on these. You know, fantastic, so they are. I will say, though, I have a number of gashes on my leg. Look. See that shagging thing? Now, that was an ouch, an oh dear ouch moment. I say it's oh dear ouch. Really what happened when I did it, it was a case of... Right. But we'll put it down as an oh dear ouch moment. Ah, brilliant! Oh, but anyway, I just showed my legs. Right, we're over here, look. What? Isn't it one with the light? Yeah, there's a light on it. Yeah. Rockets. Yeah, brilliant. makes you go faster. Wait, what? Fascinated by the shinies. Indeed, indeed. Fox Fly is here. Good evening, Pete. Hope all is well. Where's this now? It'll be a great trip for anyone and cannot wait to hear all the news. I'm telling you. You need to have a lot of B-roll and notes from FSEXPO for the returning Wednesday news. Right. Mr. TPHI, enjoy it. Also, your name on the plaque. Oh, yeah, your name goes on the plaque as well. The plaque for the alternates is down in the ladies' room. I've always wanted to say that in a sentence when someone would mention the word plaque. Tick, right? Life aspirations and goals. Now, I've been replaced by his MacBook. Jesus. And it doesn't turn off. Infinity Charts Official is here. Welcome aboard. I'll be in Friday around 1:30 local. Ooh. Right. Roger. Sure, we'll see what the crack is over the weekend. Hey, Crotty is here. Good to see you. Where's this now? I need to hit the sack. It's been a day and a half, but have a lovely stream. Marriage and take it fierce handy. Fierce handy. Gibbo is in Longwood, County Meath. Right? Jesus. And then Marriage and him at 20 gifted 0 subs. The man is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Right, now, check in to see if Tranquility. Good man yourselves. That's what we want to see. He couldn't find that location. Jesus. Nutty Taff is here. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Tuesday. Where's this now? H Pilot is here. Welcome aboard. I'm trying to catch up because there's a whole load of the check-in stuff. Malky, hello again. Mr. Spitz the Spider. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Rick is here. Good to see you. You're not on your way. I'm heading out tomorrow. It'd be much better without the... Jesus. We did that one year with the lights. Do you remember? We still have the marathon bars at our dollar stores here in Canada. They're likely different. They're probably different. Let us see what the crack is. Now, I always liked the military version of Yorkie. It had on it not for civvies on it. Yeah. That's right, actually, it did. It was not like the fruit nut one or something. But yes. Milk bottle legs. What? He shaves his legs, for aerodynamic purposes. Yeah. I don't shave my legs. For mother of Jesus, I don't. One of my legs is shorter than the other is 2, says Nutty Slack. There you go. Murph, is the difference in the length of your hair, of your legs due to the parachuting accident? It is. Genuinely, it is. My left leg is ever so slightly shorter than the right leg because I had to kind of,
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
join me fibula and me tibula back together using, metal and brawn and, iron. Yeah. Well, a bit of steel. That's what I had to do, you see. And then I have a limp, so I can't turn left, but I can turn right. But in order to get left, I keep turning right until, right. Brilliant. But anyway, we're nearly there now. Third is here. Good to see you. And P.S. Mirandai, hello there. Hope all is well. Just completed another sovereign flight for FFA VA. Oh, good man yourself in Honduras. Nice, Malky, nice. Martin Kerry Aviation has subscribed. Tier 2 for 45 months has Martin. Thank you very, very much indeed, buddy. Hope you're well. And thank you so very much indeed for all the support. We need Kerry scenery. I've been asking. It's just, it's on the roadmap, but I have no other information other than, we're looking into it. Oh, jeez. Right. But anyway, AV Geek is here, or AV Geek. Good to see you, buddy. Right, now, we're nearly there, look. As I said, we're going to have Raul joining us shortly, you see. Dave Cleary, legend Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. JP Gaming is here. Flyboy Dyer, you're very welcome aboard. Northland Air, happy Tuesday, mate. Hope you're well. Bat is in the house. See you this weekend. Heck yeah. Good to see you, man. That Scottish aviator. He says, what's the crack? It's Sennon's Doggy World. Any update airliners coming to the PS5? Not quite sure. Don't know yet, but soon, we hope. Good to see you, man. Black Sheep Jean is here. What do you mean, chicken eggs? Mr. Anderson, welcome in. Angels15, good evening. Lost Trucker, greetings from Newfoundland in Canada, eh? Welcome in, buddy. Now, let me see. Hello from Mississippi. Janie then. Hang on now, how do we even pronounce this? Mississippi Trumpy. Mississippi Trumpy, I see what you did there. That's very good. Welcome in. PDX Tundra, good to see you. Sidewipe Aviation, what's up? Check-in doesn't work. It does, Jane. You have to put in check-in and then your location. You see? Like what PDX Tundra did. Murph Zoolander. I've been working on my blue steel all day, But yes, Stephen is here, good to see you. Murph can only do right-hand patterns. Correct. Camry is here, good evening. Muse loves a good cucumber, hey. Look, brilliant. That's That's fantastic, Craig. Gibbo has all the codes, lads. Gibbo has all the stuff. He presses buttons. Nobody knows why, but he manages it. And you just don't know what you're going to see next. You know, Devil Fly is here from Southern California. Good evening. Hope you're well, man. Right, well, we get into the... Yeah, say nothing, Mr. TPHI. We saw you aghast. Quit while you're ahead, Murphy. You all loved that cucumber, so you did. Yeah, no, we did, I suppose. Yeah, it was lovely. Jesus, we drank some amount of cucumber that night. But anyway, Supivo, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. And of course, Nikki Fizz, good evening. And who else? Did I miss anyone now? Is that everyone? Have we all been checked and accounted for? Rogers RC75, good evening. OJ's that throws the phone out of reach. Murph, the sheep has more hair than you. Well, I would hope so. It's a sheep. We don't take, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got this brand new human-haired vest. Huh? Right. Nutty Taff, Murph, if you stand up, can you see your knees without bending? Wait, what? Yes. I think. Jesus. Silver, good to see you. One Fly Air, good to see you. Check in East Palo Alto, California. That should work now, Gene. It should work. Can you see your knees when you stand up without bending? No, they're your knees. Right. Well, in fact, I can. If I put one leg slightly forward and one leg slightly... Then I can. Yeah, right. But I'm not going to do it now. Yeah, that's brutal. Nutty Taff, sag off, will you? Someone ban him. You know, look at your face. I'm only messing. But seriously, look at your face for ages and you think about what you did. You think about what you said. I'm going home. You are home, Murphy. Yeah, that was fast. Right. Via Dublin, I'm assuming. Yes, via Dublin. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I can. It's called a mirror. Very good. Great answer, Malky. Yes. Jalagod, good to see you. Basically, does you get in the way of you seeing your feet? Mine does. Wait, does your gut get in the way of seeing your feet? Yeah, it does, but I spent a lot of money putting that there, lads. Don't be worrying. I'm preparing for winter time. The winter this year is winter is coming. Winter is coming. And it's going to be freezing. I've been working on the insulation. Yes, that's what it is. Ah, brilliant. But also, I'm great fun to sit beside in an aeroplane. Move over. I can't. And that's only me talking to me. Brilliant. Right. But sure, if I gave him care, I nearly said something else, but you know what I was going to say. If I gave a shh, which I don't, you know, it's going to be harsh. Yeah. I spent years working on mine. Good man, Malky. Brilliant. Sprockets, good to see you. Where is this now? Murph prepared for all hunger scenarios. I did, love is. Any scenario, I'm prepared, you know. If you gave us stuff, yes, Andy. If I gave us stuff. Keep it funny, lads. Like Murph's webbed toes. I don't have webbed toes. There was that strange thing I found, you know. Jefferson is here. The man, myth and legend has rambled in. What news of the realm? He says, evening, Murph. Have you started packing yet? I can't wait for Expo. My dude, I have packed. Yes. Whether or not it's accurate or not, I could be wearing the same clothes for the next 7 days. Nothing new there. So I'd be grand. Do you know? I'd be grand. What's on the drink menu tonight? Just nothing cordial. Because I'm up early in the morning, you see. We're up at 0600. And we're going to leave. Where is it? I heard this I saw a TV show during the week and your man says, we're leaving at 0700 p.m. I was like, that's brilliant. Right, 0700 p.m. If you're one of those who abide by, you know, time, you'll find that hilarious. 0700 p.m. Best line ever seen, ever. But anyway, right, now, we'll do one of these, will we? Where's this now? Right? You want to see the charity calendar, Muse fan, right? Very interesting. Gibbo has it there. You thought that was evening. It was post Murphy. Wait, what? You thought that was evening. It was post Murphy. No, wait, what? 0700 this evening. Right, anyway, we'll do one of these. I fixed me button that gives me... Right, we'll do a transition look. Did you see that transition now? People spend a lot of money when it comes to things like that, but I don't. I manufacture it all from scratch. Now, what do you mean now that's some forehead? What are you talking about? Cy Murray's here. Good to see you, Cy. Welcome aboard. Right, we're here with the Phenom, and we're going to be chatting to Raul here in a little bit. And as I said, would you believe it, lads, right? This aircraft, get this, if you didn't already know now, right? If you didn't already know, This aircraft is on version 1.11. Version 1 was the first release. The aircraft that sits in front of you today is version 1.11. 11, right? Meaning that there have been patches and updates over the last 11 versions of the aircraft. Isn't that frightening? Right? Frightening. So, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We're going to be checking this machine out now in a few moments with Raul when he joins us. But in the meantime, we're going to start off with this week's Flight Sim News. So, where's my mouse? Here it is. And let's bring over some tabs on a screen. So, friends, we start off from MSFSaddons.com. And a shout out to Vasco for all the works that he does and for driving that beautiful car on the weekends. We're starting off with the CSS 737 Classic. The family is now complete with the Dash 3 and 400 variants have been released. It has been a long road for the CSS 737 Classic, but the full family is finally here. Classic Simulation Studios have officially released a Boeing 737-3 and Dash 4 variants for Microsoft Flight Sim, completing the Classic family alongside the 737-5 that launched the product line last years, right? Still with the camera on the wrong side of the screen, sigh. Jerry, I really don't get you because my camera shouldn't be blocking anything because I scroll like this, you see. I know what you're saying though, put it over there with the advertisements. I could do that, but that'll upset everyone else. Jerry, sit in your hands and cross your eyes. Do you know what you do? Put this... No, wait, that won't work. No, never mind, Jerry. I was going to say, get a mirror. That's the level of my intelligence for all to see. Get a mirror and look at it, but that won't work. Kev agrees as well. Mute the stream. Wait, what? You're at it again, for crying out loud. You can't put me over there. Jesus, I don't believe I have to do this. Is this going to break? If this breaks, so Carl, I'm not talking to you. You know, for at least a week, right? Wait now. Jesus, hold on to yourself. Now I have to move myself back here in a minute. Right. That actually worked all right, didn't it? Look, I'm over here now. This is brilliant. Jay, it's very nice over here. Yeah, right. It's in a new area. Right, now. But anyway, the thanks. Then you can see your knees if you had a mirror. Jesus. The release came alongside update 1.9.38, which is a substantial one. Not because of just a few variants, but because a lot of work has gone into the systems. They've actually been quite busy doing updates on this aircraft in the background, right? Now you see, do you see what you did? I can't do that side of the fence because the alerts come in and it all shags it. But we tried. That's the main thing, Jerry. We tried, right? 6581, thank you for the follow. Put the camera back. Yes, Mr. TPHI, I've put it back.
I put the car in swinger, baby.
He's going to want them put them back again because I'm after moving the camera. It's all right. I know I'm after hiding my face. Hang on. Jesus, Murph, what are you doing? I couldn't tell you. What are you doing? This is getting out of hand. What are you talking about? It's top right-hand corner would work. It's grand. It's grand. Anyway, the release came alongside that update. So if you've been flying in the 737-5 in the meantime, well, there's plenty here as well. The Dash 3 arrives with 20k and 22k engine options, right? And optional winglets configuration. The 737-4 comes with the 22 and 23.5 engine choices. Both are included in the $120 permanent license that existing owners already hold. Meaning that if you purchase the family package, well, then they're available to you straight away. For everyone else, they have made an individual variant purchase route available through the launcher and partner stores. It's $45 per variant. One important note is that they flagged purchasing any individual variant will lock you out of the temporary license and family package options going forward. So it's worth reading their documentation carefully before choosing a path. Why does this always get very confusing? I mean, their initial release with the licensing, this was very confusing. It was shocking confusing, right? And then it was like, right, okay. They changed it a little bit, and they said, well, look, here's the price for one aircraft, right? And that was relatively well received. I think they're faffing around too much. Just focus on the aircraft, I think. Just nail the aircraft. You know, make this as good as it can possibly be. And then you can worry about how you're going to charge for the thing, because we need a strong competitor for Boeing. To be honest, we kind of have one here. But the charging confuses me. Now, that's not particularly difficult to do, but like, it confuses me, and I'm just saying, hang on a second. Do I want to drop $120? Okay, I'll have all the variants, but at the time, you know, 120 quid for for a year before the other variants showed up. I mean, that's a tall order. And like, what's going to happen then in 2 years' time or 3 years' time if there's a platform change or whatever, right? We don't know. Have to pay again? Lifetime license? Lifetime license is now, well, yes. Lifetime means the lifetime of that specific platform, not for that add-on. They need to be careful with the wording, I think. But anyway, the important thing is they're starting to deliver. At least they have different variants now. And it's not just, you know, a bit of polish with the model. They're actually working deep on the systems. Their sound's gone in there now as well. They are getting better. They are getting better. So it's interesting to see. The temporary license, which had been previously available across distribution, is now exclusive to their own launcher, which is, you know, make your camera portrait, not landscape. Go to the vertical stream and you just won't have these issues, lads. Do you know what I mean? You can even click on a button that'll turn the... I thought of everything. I'm not moving my camera. Shag off! Jerry, look what you caused! Jesus. But anyway, beyond the new airframes, the changelog for the update is one of the more substantial ones. VNAV gets notable set of improvements, including a performance verification procedure, better logic for speed handling during descent, and also the cruise phase, and fixes for top of climb, top of descent points being displayed incorrectly when not yet calculated. Is there a vertical stream on Twitch? Yes, there is. There should be a button, Jerry. If you're watching on your phone, it should come up automatically. If you're watching on desktop, it should give you the option to try vertical. Do you know? Look at Gene. He's loving this. Brilliant. I am locking this camera in case I hit off it and then have to change all my alerts around. But anyway, the flight model also saw work with improvements to takeoff behavior and the speed brake extension. And on the cabin side, the external model now includes cabin lights, and there's logic improvements for the air conditioning system. Several nav data fixes are also included. It's quite a good OWL changelog. And as I said, like it's I'd rather see more emphasis on the development of the aircraft rather than mad pricing and how do we charge for this, and do you know what I mean? But look at. These aren't necessarily going to be more popular than the NG series of 737s. They're just flown more. The MAX, of course, is up there as well. But it's good to have the option. And it's good to see someone learning the Boeing format, if you like, to see what happens down the road. Right. But yes, some in chat don't know how stubborn is. I'm very stubborn. But anyway, existing owners, it's updated for free. And if you'd like to pick it up as a bundle, the family bundle, you can get 15% off if you go via the Captain's Club option with MSFS All right. So you have options there. What plane is this? Is it coming to PS5? So it's a 737 Classic. The older variants of the 737. It's not, unfortunately, going anywhere near console from what you can see yet. That was loud. We do have a little trailer here if you want to have a look at the machine in action, right? Jerry's going to be delighted now because my face has gone out of the way. But you can kind of see the machine there now doing its stuff. With interesting music as well, no doubt. Right. I mean, look, I have the 737-500. I was quite happy with it, to be fair. I mean, it was never early bells. It was never going to compete with what we have at PMDG, but I was happy with it. And with the changes that they're making, they are an interesting airplane. They play a little bit different than, of course, what you'd expect with the NG series, right? And it's always nice to recreate some of the older flights. Because, well, they're just a pretty airplane. The 073s. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, listen, we'll see how it all kind of transpires over the coming weeks and months, because they're not finished there. They're going to be doing more, you see. But great news there. Now, word of PMDG, because they're on the hunt for all these WASM crashes, and I can tell you, they have just pushed out an update to the DC6. That happened yesterday, and when I fired it up, I didn't get a WASM crash. So I think they've got it, or at least they're very close to getting it. Your mileage may vary, but if you do have the DC6, give it the update, go through your Operations Center 3, give it the update, and let's see how you get on. They've been very busy with these WASM crashes, but they're also working full steam ahead on the Queen of the Skies, the Boeing 747. So PMDG, when they first relaunched, updated the DC6, it has been absolutely rigged with WASM crashes. Basically what was happening on the initial load of the aircraft, you would pick up a WASM crash, right? The way to get around it is go back to the main menu, change your aircraft to something else, go into the WASM folder for PMDG for the DC6, wipe it, and then just reload the aircraft back in the sim. Problem solved for that flight. The problem happened when you start another flight. Boom, WASM crash. So there was a workaround, but it was kind of a pain in the ass. It seems to be working quite good now. I've yet to get a WASM crash with it, so that's great news. So it looks to be kind of sorted, and they did thank the community for helping them out. However, they're also working on other bits and bobs. There's a new build for the 73 and 777 fleet currently in testing, and they expect to roll out today or tomorrow. And the update targets a persistent nav data issue affecting the PMDG Navigraph users primarily on console. If the fix doesn't fully resolve it, PMDG say the build is at least improving the diagnostic logging, which will help them narrow it down even further, which is good, right? Also included fixes are for broken METAR reports, a side effects of PMDG taking down their old GFO server a couple of weeks back, and some of the new hardware assessor functions for peripheral developers looking to tie in control surface more tightly. Microsoft Marketplace users should expect the update to arrive next week for PC and early the following week for Xbox, pending the usual approval pipeline. That's all to do with the DC6 WASM situation. That appears to be fixed. And with their other aircraft, they've identified issues as well, and hopefully this is going to get it all sorted out. The main thing is the 747. After all of that, Robert Randazzo rounded off the interview or the blog post with something more exciting, which of course is the 747. The aircraft is rapidly approaching alpha testing, which at PMDG means the aircraft can complete a full flight assigned without falling over. Details on features are being held back deliberately, with no other information planned outside of their own official reveals, right? But Robert did say he is exceedingly pleased where this is heading. The first substantial signal that the 747 is moving from background work to active development milestones. And yeah, this is going to be interesting for sure. The 747 coming in 1 week, not at all. No. The updates to the 737, the 777 and the DC6, they're all coming in the next couple of days. The PMDG 747 looks like it's only starting alpha. And if we're in June, if they're doing alpha, realistic kind of thinking would be Q4 of this year. Realistic, right? Depending on how they get on with it. So I would say this is kind of October, November, perhaps, right? For the 747. Still interesting news. And it's, yeah, I'm looking forward to the 747. I've never really flown the 747 in Microsoft Flight Sim. I've never spent any considerable time in it because I wanted to get, well, PMDG's variant of it. If I do want to fly a 747, I ramble over to X-Plane or the Felis 747 200 or 400. 200. It's epic. Epic. It's a great aircraft. And it's lots of fun to fly. So I'm very much looking forward to a 747 in the sim. Now, as your Polly, this thing is, I mean, we've been watching this for a while, right? The Rafale, the Rafale, right? Anyway, it's coming to life with a full startup sequence video. Ooh. Some milestones in aircraft add-on development that screenshots simply can't capture, and that is the startup sequence itself. We've been following this project for, well, quite some time. Zimon, thank you for the follow. The initial announcement made at the Paris Air Show, and Dassault are mentioned in this. The official aircraft manufacturer is mentioned in this because, well, the aircraft is licensed by Dassault Aviation, which is absolutely incredible stuff, giving Azure Poly massive advantages, right? So we have a video here of a startup. We need to look at this. Preview showcases work in progress variant of the aircraft. Shall we watch this, lads, and just go be the Janie then and see what happens? I mean, it's impressive looking, isn't it? It is very impressive looking. We should get a takeoff on this as well, I think. It's very impressive, isn't it? Very, very impressive. So yeah, very much looking forward to this aircraft when it comes out. Where's the sound coming from? Ah, right, grand. But anyway, as you can see, Azure Poly looks very, very impressive. Gene, thank you very much indeed. You absolute legend. So yeah, very much looking forward to this. Crucially, Azure Poly are aiming for a public release during the summer, which is the first concrete target the team has put out since they stepped back from their original late 2025 window. They're careful to frame it as something that they're working toward rather than a firm commitment. It's an officially licensed product developed by Azure Poly in cooperation with FSEXPO under license from Dassault Aviation. And you've probably seen in some of the stuff we've shown you over the last couple of weeks and months, it's not just the aircraft. They've put in a whole load of stuff, weapon systems, all the jazzes with this. It does look very, very good. Those sounds you heard, by the way, are provided by none other than Echo 19. So incredible, incredible sounds there. So yeah, very much looking forward to this upcoming aircraft. We'll see how we get on. Airplane Heaven have shared new pictures of the Memphis Belle, the B-17F that they're working on. However, the developer says, well, there's still quite a lot left to be done. So, Airplane Heaven's Boeing B-17F Flying Fortress today brings another look at what the project is shaping up to be. We already have a B-17G. That's the one from Microprose, but this one from Airplane Heaven. Airplane Heaven, if you're looking on their aircraft over the last number of releases, I really think since the Lancaster they've just absolutely cranked it up a notch, with sounds coming in there as well from Echo 19. But we have a number of different liveries now with this preview, and yeah, I gotta say it's looking quite nice. There's some great work with the texturing, the modeling, and all the jazz. And what's different even with this aircraft, the F variant versus the G, the gunner positions were slightly different in the F variant, and this has been modeled into this aircraft as well. And of course, she's based on Memphis Belle, the famous story. So I gotta say it's looking really, really pretty, and yeah, very much looking forward to this release as well. But the developer says, well, look, there's still a lot of work to be done. We don't have a release window or indeed a price, and Airplane Heaven tend not to over communicate this. It's pretty much right, it's ready, and let's see what happens, right? The B-17G from Microprose, as I said, that's still receiving updates. It has its own roadmap, so it'll be interesting to see where that one goes. But this one, the Airplane Heaven one, it's the F model, so you have two different variants, if you like, of the Flying Fortress. So great news there as well. Now, next-gen simulations, their Embraer 110, the Bandeirante version 2, is coming to Microsoft Flight Sim this month. I'm excited about this. Next-gen simulations, when they first released this was one of the first add-ons available in Microsoft Flight Sim way back when, right? And the Bandeirante, anyone in Irish aviation history, Ryanair flew one of these, and they are a beautiful airplane, twin prop, and the first version that came out from Next Gen, it actually wasn't bad. The sounds were horrendous, right? The audio that came with the aircraft was, that was the biggest thing letting the project down. There was a way you can mod it. You can throw in the old the Beechcraft engine sounds, which wouldn't be a million miles off this, right? The King Air, they're different, but not a million miles. But in terms of what the aircraft was capable of doing, it was quite nice, especially in a cargo variant. I enjoyed flying this aircraft, so I am looking forward to version 2. With Next Gen Simulations, fans of the Colombian solo developer have had very little to go on, because, well, we were promised some sort of a release back in January or February in 2025. Right, that window came and went, but now in a lengthy development post, Carlos has broken silence in a big way that the Embraer 110 Bandeirante version 2 is targeted for a mid-June launch, which is also coming to the in-game marketplace, initially on the PC and for Xbox. And the good news here is the developer says the changelog alone runs to at least 5 A4 pages, extracted from documentation that is currently 90% complete. Version 2 is presented as a fundamentally reworked product that takes full advantage of what 2024 their platform has to offer. Amongst some of the most significant is the aircraft core systems. Developers saying that electrical, hydraulic, fuel and pneumatic ECS systems have all received major overhauls made possible by Asobo's more modular systems. Version 2 also takes the SimObjects architecture And it also ships with 4 variants, with Gomez noting that more than half of all assets are shared across them. The wings, engines, H-tail and V-tail, cockpit and seating are all common across each variant, with differences limited to fuselage, cabins and doors. One of the areas Gonzalez Gomez highlighted specifically is the audio. The soundscape has been substantially reworked since the 2020 release, something he describes as one of the hardest development challenges given the volume of critical feedback that they received. A dedicated YouTube video covering the updated sound has drawn positive responses, and the developer says most of the bugs highlighted in that video have since been sorted. We can have a quick listen here.
Hello everyone, and welcome.
Which now, and we want to have a listen to the sounds. So, the avionics and all the jazz were grand. It was more the engine sounds. I think we have it here. Yeah, I heard that Fornax. He had an issue with a hard drive crashing and it knocked him right back. Not bad. Flight Sim 2025, good to see it. That transition though. Let's skip ahead just a. I think that's what the initial problem is. Like, they don't sound bad, but they have that kind of droning loop. It's still there. I mean, look, it sounds better, but it's still not the sound, I think. Now, it's not released yet, so we'll have to keep an eye on this. It definitely sounds better, but that was the biggest complaint that I'd have. You just have this kind of a looping, droning sound at the engine's on, and prop pitch didn't seem to change it at all. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I really want this to be a great release because I really enjoyed flying it. It's a super cool aircraft, the Banderante. It's going to launch $34.99 US for new buyers. Existing owners, regardless of where they purchased it, will get a discounted price at $13.99, which is more than fair, I think. And the developer says the upgrade pricing applies to both marketplace and non-marketplace, and they'll have a rental option for 7 days. However, there's going to be no free trial available. I really hope the developer changes his mind on that. If you have a free trial, people will grab it and say yes. I mean, okay, you can spend a $5 and get it for 7 days, but like, let's be honest about it. You're going to know in the first 1 hour if you're going to buy the aircraft or not. Let's be honest, right? So yeah, let's see what happens. But you know, the priority order is driven by a desire to combat software piracy, so no third-party store availability will follow. It's only going to be on the marketplace. And I think there's more developers kind of going this road. Do you know what I mean? Looking forward to this aircraft, though. Let's see what happens. Filthy, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Chris Van Halen is here. Welcome. Papa Justify, good to see you, bud. Now, an aircraft we're checking out tonight, the Bluesky hangar, bringing the full Grumman AA-5 family into the sim, all 3 variants. We're going to check this out tonight. The aircraft is due to release in a couple of days, I think, and it's something kind of cool. I brought it for a very quick test flight earlier on, and I'm going to give you guys a look at it here now in a while. There's some nice features with the aircraft. You have your own in-cockpit pilot operating handbook. You can do your 2024 walking around checks. And you can also change out the main panel. You can have it as an IF4 only, or sorry, VF4 only, IF4. You can even go with a G1000 option that you can change whilst on the ground. You can change some of the configuration for the aircraft as well. It's pretty nice. So we're going to be checking this aircraft out in a little bit. It's being released and published over on Just Flight. Just Flight are publishing this aircraft for Bluesky Hangar, and for a general aviation category, for an aircraft like this, it definitely looks the part. It's very pretty. BR Sim, of course, brought out their own Tiger, but yeah, we'll have a look at this. You know, move your left foot, you're blocking my view. TTM Spider, you can shag off. Now, Bluebird Simulations teasing some new 757 previews, right? They posted an update on their Facebook teasing some new work in progress screenshots. They're deep in stage 2 out of 3 of the beta testing phase for the 757, and they have mentioned that in the next few weeks, a full feature list of the 75 will be released. Also, work is progressing very quickly, and they are still on track for the Q3 2026 release. Great news there. Quick view here of the EFB, and you can see just some of the texture work here inside in the flight deck. The externals of it there, it's a cool looking thing, man. The flying pencil. I mean, the 7.5, I am very, very excited for this airplane. So we just have to kind of wait and see. Details of how you get to spot Bluebird Simulations. They'll be walking around on Saturday giving away prizes. The magic phrase you need to say if you think you've seen them is blue banana. Answer a random trivia question correctly and you can win a t-shirt or a keychain. Or you might even get a 1/400 scale model of a 767. Ooh. I'm just very excited for this project. I want this thing to be everything I have been led to believe it's going to be, because this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the most hyped aircraft add-on in the history of flight sim. They're 4 years. 4 years? Are they 4 years talking about this? Right? So I really want this to be good, you know? Also, bonus news, Energizer, good to see you. The A340-6 is now native in 24. Ooh, nice. Monty, good to see you. Welcome aboard. 7.5, you said A220 wrong, Murph. Right, the A220, I'll try and get eyes on this weekend. But I will say I'm also very excited for that A220, Gibbo. Really. 757, I mean, that's my jam. I mean, that was my first commercial flight, 757. With Continental Airlines back in the day. But, yeah, I don't know. Go on, Muse! Now.
Hello there.
Tombstone Kid, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Nikki, yeah, Meridian, they're hyping it up something fierce as well. Yeah. Looking forward to attending my first expo and meeting some of your favorite simmers. Tombstone Kid, dude, that's awesome news. Yeah, expo is a lot of fun. It's so much fun. And it's so great to meet with people and just catch up with developers and stuff. It's amazing. First flight you ever had was on a 757. Malky, there we go. A220 is coming out in 2030. No, that's, didn't they say this year? I think it's this year. Mr. Anderson, thank you very much indeed. Can't wait for the Bluebird 757. Yes. We're here with FlightSimTees.com. Good old Gibbo, Opalo buddy. And the reason why we're checking out FlightSimTees.com. Yes, all the latest trends and all the new designs which are available as t-shirts, hoodies, zuddies and caps. But we're going here for 2 reasons. One, because, well, always keep an eye on what's happening on the website. You wouldn't know what the devil is going to do next. But there is this collaborations side, you see. And I want you to keep an eye in here. This is where you can pick up TwoToneMurphy merch. And it is limited to 3 designs right now. But there's going to be more being added. As I mentioned, this gadget here, the new cap, after Expo, at some stage, this will be released. We won't even tell you when it's released. It'll just be available. So if you'd like to get yourself, you know, a very fancy TTM cap, which is a two-tone cap, you see, that will be available over on Flight Sim Tees in the coming weeks and months. So always make sure you just ramble in and keep an eye look of what's happening, you know. There is new stuff coming soon, of course, as Gibbo with the Panic of Expo over. Yeah. And again, like, to be fair, like, Gibbo put out an absolute barrel load of stuff in preparation of Independence Day, the 4th of July in the United States. And there's some really nice designs here. And they're just gorgeous. Look, right? But like all these designs, the Bremen one included, when they're gone, they're gone. So you'll often see a notification to say, look, these are on the, last orders or leaving soon. You see all that on the website. So again, it's not always limited to what you have here that Gibbo has designed. You have customizable options. You can get your name, you can get your airport ICAO codes, you can even get your name on some of the nose art of the aircraft. But also, it's worth reaching out and having the chat with Gibbo if there is anything on a customized side. Maybe you have a design, and if Gibbo can work it into the bolts and nuts and all that kind of stuff, it's worth having a conversation. Maybe it's going to be a gift. Maybe there's a design here, but you'd like to add something additional to it. Have the chat with Gibbo, and that it's just a huge advantage of having someone in our community who does this stuff. The merchandise. And I always rave about it when it comes to the quality. Any of you guys who have already bought merchandise from flightsimtees.com, the quality is excellent. It's excellent. And like I've used, I probably could name them, but like I've used many different kind of merch, what do they call them? Suppliers, right? Solving your trying to sell merchandise, and like it's I've never looked at selling merchandise as like a profitable enterprise. It was like, right, we're a community, let's wear some gear, and I've always sold it in a way that cover the cost. Once it covers the cost, we're laughing, right? Shipping, can't do that on shipping, can't do that if there's tariffs, right? Have a go with your own government if there's tariffs. Absolutely nothing we can do. We can complain about it and say, but we can't do that about it. However, I will say this. From the gear I used to have available, t-shirts, and you guys bought that stuff as well, there is a clear difference, a very clear difference in terms of the quality, how long the gear lasts, how it retains its shape, the neck doesn't droop down, the arms don't head up. It's just good quality, and that's so hard to get in today's world when it comes to merch. Or if you want to guarantee good quality, you have to pay through the nose for it. Just a fact, right? So Gibbo is absolutely killing it here when it comes to maintaining that quality. Do you know what I mean? What size are we? I don't know, is it a 2XL or a 3XL? I can't see it's behind me. It's a 2 or 3XL, but very comfortable stuff. It goes all the way up to 5XL, right? And all the way down to extra medium or very small, right? So check the gear out. And again, if there's designs there, let us know. Gibbo saying, any design ideas at all, most welcome. Like, where are you going to get that, lads? Do you know what I mean? And as I said, the caps, I mean, I don't know how well you can see it, but like the quality of this thing, this is absolutely friggin' gorgeous, right? The logo, it's a print, like you have writing on the side, we have a logo on the other side, and it's comfortable. It's very soft material, but it's hard wearing. It's just class. It is class. So, yeah. I always get it's important, because when you find something that's good, but not only if it's good, if it's someone from our community, someone from within our own community, and they're doing good, you need to tell people, because we all buy the shirts, we all buy clothing, right? Be it for gifts or for community things, whatever. We always buy the stuff, and to find somewhere that the sizes are good and the quality, it's no-brainer. No-brainer. So make sure you check it all out there. We'll definitely be revisiting the store when new designs are coming in, as Gibbo said he's working on it. But right now, there are tons of different designs that you can pick up. A lot of them are customizable. You can get your name in it, you can get your call sign on it, you can get airports on it, you can get a whole load of stuff on it. And it's cool to see. Absolutely brilliant to see. Beautiful designs. And if you have your own designs, as I said, let Gibbo know the crack, and he'll go off and have a look at it, right? There's Jemima there wearing the t-shirt next to Jean-Claude, right? He pays a fortune for these models now. With a great bunch of lads. They all go for points afterwards. But yeah, incredible stuff. With the hoodies, can we customize the hoodie like writing down the arm? Yes. Ask the question. That's 2 buttons back too quick, Murphy. So for the hoodies, like if you look at the TTM hoodie, which is this one, right? Load in there now, Betsy. On the arm, for this particular one, TwoToneMurphy is down the right-hand side. But if you have an idea that you'd like to get, just drop Gibbo an email. Say, hey, can you get a name on this for me? Or can I put this here? He'll tell you what the crack is. Yeah, I can do it. No, I can't do it. Or, this is how it's going to look. or you should be ashamed of yourself and go to confession. Right? But you get the idea, right? You get the idea. So check it out. For Americans, order one size larger, says Mech Manser. There's US sizes on this as well, as far as I know. It'll give the sizes in euro, and you can see the crack here, look, right? But yeah, any of our American friends, if you found that, you know, these sizes, if they're bigger or smaller, American clothes are always slightly bigger, I find. Scott says the sizes that I get are just fine. There you go. So it depends. I'm partial to a good emotional support chicken fillet roll. Good man, the Impossible Face. Haven't bought any other t-shirts since I got my hands on these. They're top quality stuff. Brilliant. Mech, yours was a little small, was it? Okay. Again, it's, I don't know, it's clothing. Your size is perfect in Canada. Okay. The sizes should be the same, but there is a guide in the FAQ section. Okay. So yeah, you go down and check out all the FAQ side of the house. You'll see everything from here we are. What's the sizing like? So these are the measurements. So double check them before you order them. So Mech, double check these the next time, yeah? Because they're going to give you the measurements, chest measurements, and then the sizes of caps and so on, right? So yeah, check it out. It's all there. Americans are generally bigger than most people in the world. It's the chemicals. Not at all. The only time I had issues when Murph was using an old manufacturer. There you go. But that's my point. That's why I'm only more than delighted to be partnered with Gibbo in this, because I know if you guys wanted to buy stuff, I do not have a single worry in the world, because I know Gibbo's on it. The quality is that good. If these went to third parties, there's zero control over this. It's like, okay, it's not great, send it back, and no one wants to be sending stuff back. It's a pain in the ass. We'll get to eventually fix it, but who wants to be sending stuff back, you know? Party Marty, thank you for the follow. So yeah, excellent stuff, and we'll be checking out more with flightsimtees.com. I shall be wearing and representing the brandages over in the United States, and as I said, come see me at Expo. I do have a couple of these to give away if you're lucky, and yeah, let's show some support to Gibbo. Get yourselves a t-shirt or a hoodie or a zuddy or a cap or some TTM merch if you're in the market for buying. And of course, if you're in the market for buying, save yourself 10%. I have a button here. That'll save you 10% using the code TTM at checkout, because saving money is always a good thing. So if you want to save yourself 10%, that's what you use. All right? And that's exclusive to our community. Other communities buy from here, right? So, yeah. Jane says, show them my custom tee. Jane, send it to me on Discord, because it's probably buried in the Bremen bar. Do you know? The secret word for caps is spider, right? No. We'll have no more talk of that now. Sarah Dolman is here. Good to see you. Also, the hoodies, are they pocket on front or pocketless? The hoodies, pocketless. Oh, you're thinking, sorry, pockets as in pockets on the front for your two hands to go in. College hoodies, and also a full zip one as well. You have different designs. Again, if you're interested or you're thinking about buying something, and if for whatever reason you can't see it as clear as night and day on the website, just reach out. You have a link down the bottom to send an email over to Gibbo. Ask the questions before you buy it, right? Echo 19 is here. Tyler, welcome in, man. Good to see you, buddy. Velcro or button closure on the hats. There's Velcro on some. Some of them are the real fancy ones. They're spring-loaded, as I call them. They're elasticated. So, yeah. Can't find that hoodie you just showed. Huh? Which one? The one with the writing down the arm. Okay, so, yeah. So it'll be under our stuff here. TTM stuff. That one there. Again, if you find a design, drop Gibbo an email. Say, Gibbo, is there ever a chance can you get writing down the right arm of a different design? He'll tell you if he can do it or not, right? You'll have to... It's more ink and with the stuff, material, so he'll probably charge you an extra, whatever the cost is. I couldn't tell you the cost, but it's not going to be much, a couple of dollars or whatever. Yeah, show the name on the side. You get the idea, right? Is that a word, Murph? Listen, I don't know anymore. Flex fit, that's the one. Yeah. I nearly said flex fit. That's the one. But anyway, great stuff from Gibbo, and tremendous gear. It's all top quality, and he will charge an arm. Yeah, he'll charge for your arm. Yeah. Murph, I'm 6'2". What sorts of sizes? Height-wise, I'm 6'2". What's the girth? Width-wise, nutty taff. You know what I mean? Can you see your knees when you're standing up? Right? Brilliant. You're 34-inch waist and you're 6'2". You're between XL and double XL, I would think. 34 waist isn't that's like, would you not eat out a ham sandwich? I would say XL, not you'd have. You know. But anyway, we move on. Great work from Gibbo. Great work from everything to do with FlightSimTees.com. And we're going to see lots and lots of more from this. We're going to be joining with Raul in about 10 minutes if you're here. We're just going to finish off now with this week's news. And it's over to I&I bills because we had the chance to chat to Ubaid back at FS Weekend. And Ubaid said, listen, I&I bills do these seasonal sales every year. And the summer surprise, as it's called, is now live. And there are massive savings across the I&I Bills website. Massive savings, right? We also got a snapshot of an update. Yes, that's right, friends. Multi-jet bridge support for the A380. And I&I Bills saying, well, you know, they're going back through their own sceneries, and this is class. But anyway, throughout the week, IndyBills and partners will be having some steep discounts on a range of products. Marks a great time to save some big savings. You can click on the link below under me face here on Twitch. That's a link straight to IndyBills, or just head over to indybills.com. You'll see all the sales that they have. Some of the gear is just incredible. Upgrade Frenzy live now, right? So these would have been 2020 designs, which have now either been fully converted or enhanced. Either way, they're fully working in 2024, right? So yeah, just check it out, lads. They have some class stuff, absolutely class stuff, does IndyBills. So it's great. So moving on, Orbex and the Attic Flyer Studio releasing Tango 42 Ruth Airport. It's another Northern California backcountry challenge. At 41CA Silver Creek, we were checking that out some time ago. Well, Attic Flyer Studios take on backcountry scenery yet again with Tango 42 Ruth Airport. It's now available for Flight Sim 2024 through Orbex Direct. The airport sits in a narrow valley just south of Ruth Lake alongside the winding Mad River in Trinity County. Like its predecessor, it is a location that demands that you actually fly the approach rather than just aim for the runway. Orbex describe it as a strip that demands precision where the surrounding terrain leaves zero room for error. Ideally with GA aircraft, helicopters here as well. And as you can see here from some of the screenshots, you're just in an absolutely gorgeous part of the world. Absolutely gorgeous part of the world. And what Orbex have kind of brought to the scene here with custom buildings, all the different foliage, all the different trees, the layout. These are just areas you want to walk around and explore. And they throw in an airport in there for good measure. Pretty cool, right? These are really nice scenes. They're very kind of reminiscent or familiar with what Parallel 42 design. They don't just build, oh, here's the scenery, away you go. They're trying to instill a getaway for you. They're trying to instill, this is a destination you can explore. Come check it out. You know what I mean? And in 2024, you can do that so very, very well. Parallel 42, probably that's where the glass leans a little bit more because the amount of scenery assets, I mean, they've animals, they've fellas flying drones, they go all out with their scenes. But Orbex definitely doing some really nice work here as well with Tango 42 being released. It's available right now through Orbex Direct and it's about €8 or $8.50. $8.50. And as I say, you might say, look, it's a one-off kind of area. You find your favorite plane and suddenly you have your favorite little airport that you just like to do all your flights to and from. It's a great experience to have in the sim, especially if you're in the backcountry. So yeah, great to see that from Orbex. MK Studio confirming Miami International is due late this year, late Q3, so we'll have it before the winter time. And when they announced Fort Lauderdale Hollywood back in May, they also hinted at Miami International at the time in the footnote. By the way, now the developer has made it official. Miami International is confirmed with a planned release for the second half of Q3, so probably around August, September. MK Studios say another two airports are due to come first. They're working on Tenerife South and also Vega Airport out in the Faroe Islands. Very interesting contrast to what they've been doing working away in the United States. As we noted, Fort Lauderdale, which has already been released, it's quickly becoming a favourite airport for me because it's grand for the airliners, but it's great to base an LTBM out of there. We only flew out of there last night. Pretty cool. So great stuff there from MK Studios. Now, Microsoft Flight Simulator heads to the US national parks on July 4th with the National Championship air races to follow later this fall. This is at the Xbox showcase thing that they did. And, well, this is going to be a world update for the United States national parks and monuments, right? This is something I think we could probably do a Monday night series on because looking at the scenery, well, it looks absolutely incredible, right? The announcement trailer runs through an impressive list of locations. Tons of them. The US received dedicated world update attention before, focusing on cities mainly. This one is all about the parks. Shall we watch it? If you didn't see it, we'll watch it. This is class looking.
Hello there.
Man alive, doesn't it look good? It looks very, very good. And like, these are locations, you know, you might fly over them, and we've done this all the time. Hey, look, that's what such and such is. But to see them brought to life in this sort of detail, man, I'm so looking forward to this. At the end of this trailer, then, we saw a kind of a high intense, stupid thing. I pressed the button. You'll see it for the upcoming races. Check this out, look. I'll hide me again. Oh, jeez. Right, something else that it's not the winning, it's the taking part that counts, right? So it looks very, very good indeed. So, as we said, the World Update is due for July 4th, and with the new National Championship air races, looking to be in the fall of this year as well. So great stuff there. Now, in news of hardware, two snippets to tell you. We're going to get a whole load of this over the next few days. But PXN have unveiled new Navis flight series ahead of the Flight Sim Expo. They've announced a brand new series of hardware, PXN. It's brand new, short for Navigation Operating System, NAVOS is what they're calling it, right? The company are going to be showcasing this in Minneapolis, in St. Paul. And I got to say, lads, looking at the hardware, it looks kind of cool, right? You have a HOTAS, very similar appearance to kind of the Turtle Beach neck of the woods. Interesting yoke, tons of buttons, and we have additional buttons on the side of it. They have rudder pedals with other buttons. Who knows what that is? Trim, maybe? Couldn't tell you. Maybe there's profiles, right? But check out the freaking throttle. Look at this throttle here, look. With an inbuilt screen, or maybe your tablet goes in there, couldn't tell you. This looks very good. Very good, right? So they're going to be down in St. Paul. I'll definitely get in front of them to see what they're talking about. And it's going to be interesting, for sure. Because, you know, hardware is definitely where it's at the moment for people kind of forcing the prices downwards because there's competition. You know what I mean? So, yeah, very interesting place to put a PFD. It is. Well, yeah. Yeah, it is. Now, if it's left-handed, it makes more sense. Right-handed, well, you're going to be blocking the view if it's beside you. But these are things I'll be chatting to them all about. So, more on that when we get over there. Shout out to Gibbo. He sent me this in an email. He said, Murph, they're doing things with stuff. PlayStation, Fieldstrike are bringing out what's called a wireless flight stick. Ooh. Join the fray at home or away with the FlexStrike wireless flight stick, right? The idea behind this is marketed at the PS5. It comes with its own carry case. It's wireless and it does have a small little joystick, number of buttons, and we have tactile buttons here as well. Now, this sort of a small joystick, it's very arcade looking, but for a flight sim sitting on the couch, it's wireless. Well, this is absolutely brilliant, and this is officially coming in. It's officially coming in from whatchamacallit, PlayStation. It says fight, but come on, it's flight. Let's be honest. Right? It's a fight stick, right? But we're going to call it a flight stick because this is coming directly from PlayStation. And if you consider it, right, what hardware from a flight sim perspective is available to PlayStation? At the moment, I think we only have Thrustmaster, right? We only have Thrustmaster. This could absolutely work as a peripheral that you can use for flying with Microsoft Flight Sim. Granted, you've no throttle, right? It is very much of the old, remember the old friggin' arcade stuff, right? But this could be ideal for Microsoft Flight Sim. Do you not think so? Very interesting. There's no axes. Are you sure? Did I not see there was? Right. Well, that puts that story to bed before we go any further. Ah, Jesus! I'll try and grab one and see if you can fly with it. Because if that's only analog, is it going to work? Maybe it will. Yeah, all right. Moving on. Microsoft Flight Sim have confirmed, yes, they will be on the stage on Friday at FSEXPO. Right? That's brilliant, though. I need to go back and, like, Jesus, Murph, can you read? Camera, yeah. Well, I couldn't fly without pedals. Yeah. We'll edit this part out, lads. Don't you worry about it. But anyway, Microsoft Flight Sim are going to be here, and they're going to be chatting about, we don't know. We don't know. I mean, they've already given us information regarding 2 releases coming this year, a world update, and, of course, the championship racing. What are they going to be talking about this coming Friday? Couldn't tell you, but they're going to be there. Right, it's like an old arcade style stick and buttons. It is, but could you not use it for flight simming? That's my point. You know, Mr. Minimize says there's no axes, but does the joystick not act as a little axis? No. Yeah. But anyway, so Microsoft Flight Sim are going to be there now. As we're staying with Expo, right? We'll get an idea of what's actually happening. So the stage schedule, this is important because on Friday we have all the main releases, all the information that comes out there, right? And we saw the overall map of who's where and what they're doing. Couple of bigger vendors who are usually at these aren't actually there this year, but we do have a lot of new people coming, which is going to be interesting, right? Now, the schedule, this is important because on Saturday, do we have this? Yes. On Saturday, there are 2 stages at Flight Sim Expo this year. FS Elite and SayIntentions. And both of them are doing their own thing at different times. And they're far enough apart from each other, right? So, you know, you won't be hearing what they're saying when the guys over there and vice versa. But to give you an idea, right? The FS Elite stage on Saturday will see Navigraph, Winflex, Field Air, Vector, Flight Sim Studio, Airplane Team, IndyBuilds and Synaptech. That's going to be about the A220, Aviasim, Thrustmaster, great excitement behind that, Airline to Sim, Veterans and Flight Sim, Bringing the World to Life, and Microsoft Flight Sim directly then itself, right? On the SayIntentions side, realistic modelling of aircraft failures is actually going to be presented by the FAA safety team, right? Earn 1 hour of wings credits by attending. A deep dive into announcements, more details about the SayIntentions.ai big stage announcements, which are happening on Friday. Right, so they're going to be talking more about it. An airline flight dispatch, a glimpse into the world of an airline flight planning and how to plan like the pros. That's bringing real world expertise in. Then there's going to be a Q&A with some flight sim content creators. Blue Games, XP72, Howard is going to be there. I think Jonathan Beckett is going to be there. I'll be there. And just chatting about, well, starting off your own channel in 2026, the challenges, the opportunities. Are you interested in it? That'll be happening. Then the best traffic injector ever built, where SayIntentions.ai or SayIntentions.ai will talk to you about their traffic injector. And then Stars of the North. We're going to learn about the Twin Cities chapter of the Women in Aviation International between 4 and 5 o'clock. That's on Saturday. Sunday then, over on FS Elite, Aerosoft, Tailstrike, Fly-by-Wire. We're going to see... a panel discussion about combat toxicity within the community. That'll be interesting. Miltech simulations, and then a wrap up. And we're going to learn then where next year's expo is going to be. Over on the Say Intention side, professional pilot mentorship, learn how virtual pilots can turn their passion into a professional career. Then we're going to have a Say Intentions deep dive. This is an exclusive look how into their entire ecosystem works behind the scenes, which is very interesting. After that, there's going to be a Q&A with the Say Intentions team. You can ask questions to the team, what they like working on, what are they working on, and all the rest. And then between 1 and 2 o'clock, I'll be there to talk about all the news that I've seen over the weekend. It's a full recap of FSEXPO 2026 and what stood out about the event and where we think the platform, the hobby, is heading. So it's going to be jam-packed over the weekend, without a shadow of a doubt. There are 2 stages in operation on Saturday and Sunday, and then you have the FSEXPO stage in use all day on Friday. So there's lots going on. So my job is to try and keep you up to date with all the stuff. Again, if you have any questions of what's going on, do let me know. Right? Again, that's just the schedule. You can find the main schedule over on the FSEXPO website, right? I'll put it there into the chat. What else do we have here? Xcoder, we'll do one last run here just before we get into Say Intentions. Xcoder Designs previewing a major Telluride version 2 update, which is for X-Plane. X-Plane scenery version 2 for Telluride. And I got to say, lads, this looks, well, it looks absolutely incredible, if you ask me. It looks beautiful. And X-Plane getting some love when it comes to Telluride, which is a super airport, and Xcoder, this looks fantastic. I gotta say, it looks very, very nice indeed. So what do we have here? Upcoming update will be free for existing users of the original Xcoder Designs Telluride, and the developer plans to pull back the curtain a little bit further over the coming days and weeks. So X-Plane pilots for Telluride, rejoice! A version 2 is on the way. So that was Say Intentions. We've covered all of that. The last thing I want to do with Say Intentions was the information that they put out last week. So what we have here, I want to cover this story just to tell you. Vectors 3. Right? Say Intentions have already announced a whole load of new features in the last couple of days and weeks, and they still haven't told us they've more announcements to make at FSEXPO. Vectors 3 is an additional bit of information that they said, right, this is what we're doing. What it is, better handling of pilot errors, deviations, and missed turn and altitude instructions. Dynamic real-time route adjustments when flights go off plan. It integrates a commercial worldwide terrain database and cloud-based 3D pathing system for terrain, and it accounts for wind drift, aircraft performance, and turn rates. After many months of work, they've released an entirely new vectoring algorithm. Internally, we call it Vectors 3, the 3rd generation of the vectoring system. One thing that they've learned over the years is that pilots make mistakes. They miss turns, they miss instructions, they hear one thing, read back the other, or follow procedures they were never cleared for. That's okay. The ability to make mistakes is the whole point of a simulator. People participate in the hobby because it's fun and because it gives them a place to learn. The challenge is building ATC that remains realistic while also helping pilots recover when things don't go perfectly to plan. And that's exactly what Vectors 3 has been designed to do. The biggest improvement in this is terrain awareness. Vectors 3 is now backed by a commercial worldwide terrain database and is entirely new cloud infrastructure dedicated to vector and path calculations. The new system uses a least cost pathing model, conceptually similar to the navigation system in your car, except this one works in 3 dimensions while accounting for the terrain, aircraft performance, wind, speed, altitude, and routing constraints. This is also the foundation for future capabilities such as noise abatement routing, airspace avoidance, and region-specific vectoring. Vectors 3 is now live for all premium subscribers. Nothing to download, it's already in there. And the usual couple of weeks that they work on this, it then gets rolled out. But this is a fundamental change in how vectoring works. We were flying the other night. We asked for vectors. It gave us vectors. This will change that completely. And if you make a mistake, well, the system will go, okay, you made a mistake. We'll get you back on track. You're going to do it this way. But it's not now just going to send you on any old route. It's now aware of what's around you from the terrain and the weather. This is pretty cool, right? Beyond ATC released an Navigraph flight radar traffic injector. They did, Roy. This is out for everyone already. Okay, so it is out. Wait, premium or partners? Sorry, all premium subscribers, beg your pardon. Yeah, so it's already available. So if you're on, if you have a SayIntentions subscription, this is already available for you. It's already there. Flying tonight, good to see you. So this is available for you right now if you are a SayIntentions subscriber. Nice, Jays, that was quick. Because I thought it was partner first, but no, it's obviously ready to rock and they have it pushed out. This is great to see. So if you're flying with this, let us know how you're getting on. And especially bring it into the mountainous areas, just where things get that little bit more tricky. But it's interesting to see it. I mean, it's looking at the terrain. You can see what the wind is doing, all the different height restrictions. This is absolutely class. Absolutely class. So just great to see. Just great to see. I cannot wait to hear what SayIntentions are going to be talking about at FSReborn Expo. I'm very excited, considering the sheer amount of updates and new features they've already rolled out over the last couple of weeks. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, we shall move on. It's time to talk to Raul. Raul! Well, I'm going to press some buttons. As I said, we're on version 1.11 right now for the Phenom, which is absolutely nuts, right? Hang on, we give him a shout. I'm pressing buttons. It is past time. I told him 10 minutes. But I told him that 20 minutes ago. Imagine if he didn't answer. Do you know, he mightn't answer. Hello? He went back to bed. He's up early in the morning. We'll give him a minute. He probably said, Murphy's talking for another 5 minutes. I'm just going to go out here. I experienced it firsthand today. I was sent into an arrival, but when I put it into my GTN and activated, the autopilot made me do a 360 left turn. The AI said, let's get you back on track, and vectored me to the approach. Oh, nice. Nice. Kubi, good to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, you're welcome in. So, yeah, we're just waiting on Raul to join us here. So, two things. First and foremost, that PlayStation gadget is a fight stick, not a flight stick. So, but I'm still interested to see, can you use it in a flight sim, right? Let's see what he says. Storm Chaser, good to see you. Raul is typing. Hope he doesn't give out to me now. Oh no, he stopped typing. Hang on. Hello?
Hello.
How's it going? Hang on there. Oh, jeez, if the camera all on. Hang on there now, we get you sorted. Wait, I have a button here, look. Will this work?
Let me go to Twitch. Hold on. I was checking in on my flight.
Are you flying at the minute?
No.
All right. Are you checking your flight for tomorrow?
Yes.
Is it on time?
He says so.
Oh, that's good.
I'm
That's
not
good.
sure.
Listen, you're flying into Ireland. What's the worst that could possibly happen? It'll be grand. Nothing to worry about at all.
The last time I fly to Dublin, I landed in a storm and it was freezing cold.
Listen, it was loads of fun though. Do you remember?
It was after I found shelter.
That's actually right. You came in. Can't believe you fell for the flight stick, Murph. Yeah, sent me a link to say Murph, and I didn't read it. Anyway, that's not important right now as I remove my own foot from my mouth. Raul, I was just looking here. This is version 1.11. Am I right in saying then this is the 11th kind of addition you've had to the FSR 300E since release?
Yes.
11.
I keep giving people updates and people think that I'm still too slow. I need to talk to Flash Gordon to see if I can get faster.
But come here. But like 11 updates. The aircraft is out for what? 20 days? Is it even 20 days?
Yes, we've been following the feedback of the community, addressing their concerns in certain things, and then we just give them what they need. You know, this is what it's supposed to be. On the first update we did was because I pushed the SDK too hard, and then certain folks that had video cards with less than 12 gigabyte of RAM were having some issues. I did some magic dust in there, and then we fixed that. and then they were asking for some other magic dust, and then we added more magic dust, and then we carry on like this. The patch that we did yesterday, yeah, it was yesterday.
Mm.
Yesterday is 11. It contains um, a couple of tweaks to help people that have hardware with high sensitivity when they're landing. Um, People were keep telling me that they were having the plane having like moving too much when they were touching down,
Mhm.
and I don't see that on my side. And so one of my community manager, he goes on my Discord by Hawk. He got and go and fetch one of the wing rudder pedals of people were saying, and he tried, and he showed me videos, and he was right. So yes, what happened is a little very input of these controllers were throwing the plane left and right. So I have to put more magic dust in there to try to address that. And then we released it yesterday before we go into FSEXPO, so people can feel like, okay, we're putting all these the best we can. It's very difficult when you release a flight model that you try to be realistic to catch every single type of hardware. And one of the things that I want to preserve on the flight model is that this is not a plane that should be easy to land either. You understand?
Yeah.
Because one of the key features of the feedback from pilots is that when they're landing on crosswind, they always have to decrap the plane before landing, or will break the landing gear in real life.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, okay, and this is something that I want the community to understand. We made it now easier, but we don't want to go to the extreme that it will land like any other plane, where you can land it fully decrap and then move your rudder, and then you, yeah, I can do that, but that's not how the plane actually works in real life.
Mhm.
The plane in real life, when you're coming with heavy crosswinds, it, it requires the pilots to be very careful, or they will hit the tip of the wing on the runway,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
The choke absorbers are, it's difficult to describe. It's not like they are soft, but they absorb a lot of the landing, okay? Because it's designed for comfort. Like, you're coming to land in a very short runway, you're gonna come with a lot of high speed, and then these absorbers will kind of be like an amortiguator, like in a car, and will just absorb the landing. You can, in real life, they told me you can land sometimes at 300 feet per second, and sorry, per minute, and people will not feel it as a passenger because the truck absorbers the way that they were.
Mm.
And they have this feature that when you're taxiing, you see videos of the plane when the plane is taxiing in real life. You can see the plane doing,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
because they are like that. Okay, so we tried to do that in version one, and for people that were having these high sensitive controllers, what were happening is that it didn't sit well with them because it was very difficult. On 1.08, we released a potential fix for it, which I determined that was a problem that I did on version one,
Mhm.
which is the wheel was moving with the rudder at high speed. So that made it worse, right?
Okay.
So we corrected that. And now the version that we did yesterday is we had to make the physics of the absorbers easier for people that have this kind of hardware, because otherwise they could not land it, right? The feedback I'm getting is certain people are still having kind of, it's very little people now that's having kind of difficulty. I believe it's because they haven't grasped the landing technique,
Mhm.
right? When you're on a lot of wind. But mostly people are saying, okay, now it's much better. They do feel it much better. A real life pilot tested yesterday when we were prior to launch it, and he did 10 touchdowns and said, I feel exactly like the one on his hardware, obviously.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
feel exactly like the real one. He says, in real life, if I start yanking the rudder left and right too much when I'm landing, I will lose control. We are being told not to do that, right? So we believe we're trying to keep it realistic. I don't want to leave it landing like a normal default plane. And what's the effort of trying to bring you guys something that's an experience? So it has been a lot of patches. Another thing that we updated was the textures for ambient occlusion. I did a little bit of tweaking in that because we saw pictures from people when they were streaming it down to the shadow. They were having a little bit of kind of glitches. So now that was addressed yesterday. And the second problem that we detected with the landing is this: people that have been flying airliners are used to map their spoilers with axis.
Mm-hmm.
So they were bounding, because now they can't. they were bounding their spoilers to an axis lever. And when that happens, they were landing and the spoilers were not firing because the hardware lever is sending the signal all the time to stay down.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was another thing making it worse for people because they're landing and the spoilers are not coming up. So what's the role of the spoilers when you land on this plane? The spoilers are designed in a way that you imagine this plane with flaps and everything, it will stall at like 90 knots and you're landing at 125. So when you're touching down, you will have so much lift on the wing jet that it needs something to push it down. And that's what these spoilers will do. They're huge. Look at the size of the wing and the size of the spoiler. So they're very strong on the ground. And look how far back they put them too. It's almost next to the flap.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole idea is that it will pitch the plane forward when they deploy, you see?
Mm-hmm.
And they will force those shock absorbers to stay on the ground. So because they were having the axis active, that didn't happen. We were having with people with hardware with the hardware was too sensitive on top of it. You can imagine the disaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I point this out on my Discord server, people with a symptom, do you have a spoiler axis map? And they were like, yes. Can you map it? Oh yeah, the landing was a little bit better now. So I knew what it was, right? So now I am capturing those binds on the axis and saying, no, you're supposed to map these as a button because in the real plane it's an open close button. That's what it is. It's not, the spoilers are not designed really to fully slow down the plane unless you're going to an emergency descent or like a steep descent. There is something still I need to address because some people are telling me that the spoilers are too strong.
Okay.
And that's true because they are currently tweaked for the flight model on the ground. Right? So I do have videos and recording of flights on Garmin's, which were provided to me. And one of those flights were done where they didn't deploy the spoilers because the hydraulics were not right. So we know how much they slowed the plane down on the ground.
It's an interesting perspective on it because, again, not everyone will immediately tie in the use of spoilers more as a stabilizing effect for keeping the gears on the ground, but also assisting what the shock absorbers of the aircraft are doing as well.
Yeah.
They automatically think, and I'd be one, I'd say, well, no, well, speed brake spoilers, that's just going to slow the rate of airflow. That's
if you read the manual, they are called ground spoilers.
Yeah.
That's how Embraer calls them. They're not called air speed brakes. They're called ground spoilers, and that's the reason. So the computer handles them. And it does allow you to open them in the air under certain conditions. You need to be with the power lever at a certain level.
Yeah.
You need to be no flaps. And as soon as it detects that you're slowing down too much, it closes them.
Yeah.
And that has been causing problems for other people as well when they were on the axis because they're opening on the axis on the air, right? And I could not tell, close it down now because you are with flaps or whatever. And they were having problems, yes. Because it's not letting the computer to handle it, right?
Yeah.
You discover this when you are live. It is what happened, right? You know, the problem when you have a long project like this that you've been doing for 2 years is that your beta testers become very methodic. Oh yeah, I map my spoilers already as a button, and they never touch it again. We never had one that did as an axis and then come and say, this thing is telling me the spoilers is not deploying, all that kind of things. Saying that don't let you speak.
We're here to listen to you. I mean, it's the sheer amount of work, and you know, honestly, it's fascinating because you're not only taking on board you know, what pilots are telling you. It's all these changes that you've made have come specifically from the community. It's like, hey, look, this doesn't feel right, or you know, I'm struggling in this area. And to have an aircraft that I think it's 20 days old, to have 11 updates, and of those 11 updates, I would safely say 9 of them are based on customer feedback. 2 of them, probably for efficiencies, right? As you call it, the magic dust. Need to get some of this magic dust. Does it do anything for your hair, right? But like, it's incredible to see this sort of feedback, because, and especially when you told people, listen, it's released, it's done, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. No, I mean, you haven't stopped.
It's now.
But do you know what? Getting this sort of feedback from the community, it's a great way to learn more about this aircraft, because even like that, spoilers or speed brakes, the idea is you add drag. Drag is going to slow the aircraft down, and that's just the end of it. Here, you're showing an entirely new dynamic where, well, look, it's all part of like a stabilization effect. It's even how the suspension works, the shock absorbers work, and you've dialed all that into the aircraft. These are things you would never see.
I did. There is a feedback going on that the spoilers are too strong in the air. And that's right. Because right now on the SDK, I cannot set a coefficient of drag for the ground and the air. There is a setting on MSF where it says if you set the one for the air, it will override the one for the ground. And if we override the one for the ground, it will affect the landing. So this was understood during developing time, and there was a decision set, no arbitrary by me, right? There were 20 plus people on the beta team where I set a vote and said, okay, either we get it right in the air or we get the landings right. And everyone voted, well, the most fun part of the flight is not breaking the spoilers on the air, is landing. And then the pilot said, I barely use the spoilers ever in the air because it's not designed for that purpose. So we decided that the right call was to set them correctly for the ground. Now, yes, and now we have a little bit of byproduct that they are very strong in the air. I'm thinking what to do for that, because I understand what they're saying, and it's not like I ignore it. It's just that since we released, we've been catching up all the feedback, and you have to prioritize, right? What is more important to address first? I know I was going to travel, and we're doing so many other things behind the scenes as well. As I send you a lot of shots. So we're aware of certain things. What I can fix, I can fix. What we believe is not fixable, I'm just very honest. I tell them I can't because they ain't gonna break this, right? Tweaking a flight model, guys, is like a Jenga tower. It's exactly how you describe it. You have to nail down certain basic characteristics of the aircraft, which are the fundamental part of the flight, and that would be your takeoff, your approaches, your stalls. You don't get the stalls right, everything falls apart. And then you have to get your climbs, okay? And when you have all that nailed down and you start pulling plugs somewhere else, things fall apart. Just to give you an example, this tweak that we did for 11, that change caused the wheels to start floating on the ground when we started doing the change. The center of gravity shifted, and the plane was starting to bounce too much on the ground. And it took me the whole weekend to start tweaking all that around just to make the landings a little bit more stable for people with hardware. So it's not like you can just go there and change a parameter and things just work. It's just not like that. It's like an ecosystem. As soon as you change one parameter, everything else start going apart. So it's very easy for people to come and tell me, you're climbing too fast. Yes, this plane climbs too fast. And I have an argument with someone today about it because they were saying that my engines are too strong. I just pulled the data from Embraer. This aircraft can climb from sea level on its standards at sea level all the way to 43,000 feet in 19 minutes.
19 minutes.
Okay, so it's nuts. Yeah, because also, okay, maybe I have it wrong. So I go in back in the internet channels, okay, how is this wrong? And then I say, I can't believe this can be wrong because all you guys will have told me. So when I put the data, no. So then James, the pilot, told me, okay, by the books, you're okay. He said, the problem is, Raul, I can't do that in real life because ATC doesn't let me go from 0 to 45,000 and stuff. He tell me, you have to follow the star, you have to follow this, you have to climb to this and haul, and it's very difficult for pilot for that. So by the book, we're okay.
Like
The
some
spoilers.
of the real world videos that I watch, the climb capability of the aircraft is absolutely nuts, and anyone flying it will tell you, like it's from a pilot perspective, they really need to stay on top of that because they can get to insane vertical speed, 6,000 feet a minute. They can climb it, like it's nuts what they can do.
I have a recording on Garmin, which was on ISA 0.8, which is basically ISA 1. That's the closest you're gonna get to ISA 0. And that pilot took off and went from 0 to 15,000 feet at 7,000 feet per minute. I had it. I was like, Jesus, are you sure that you decrypted this right? I asked the guy that decrypted the data. Yeah, that is possible when certain weight of the plane is set, etc., etc. But the numbers I gave you of the climb to 0 to 43,000 feet is a full weight. That's the all by the book. A full weight, he can do that.
That's crazy.
It just blew my mind because I forgot that. Also, we tweaked that a long time ago, and then today was reviewed by some conversations, and it just the way it is. It is a very fast plane. You have crazy engines, the E version, and you are light, right? You're not taking off with the full weight.
Yeah.
It will be even more difficult to handle your takeoff. You see all the videos online from JC1. He often used to overspeed his flaps because this issue, he goes up and then ATC is telling him to to slow down or something, and then he's just going over the speed of the flaps. You have to put them up very fast and then get ready for it. So
I'm just here in the background because you've sent me an absolute barrel load of photographs that I want to be able to share them with everyone now in a second.
yes, you have to share all that because so we're planning more features now. Now that we believe we have addressed most of the problems except the spoilers, which I'm trying to think on solutions. There is another one, which is something that drove me crazy because I was not aware of this. When you configure your animations, right? Your switches. Okay. So you do keyframe 0 to keyframe 10, and you have to switch 0, middle, up. It all works as long as you are on what's called the lock mode. And then it turns out when people goes into legacy mode, I admit I am never on legacy mode. I'm always working on lock mode because it let me see easily if what I've been coding for a particular switch is working because it goes blue. Okay, yeah, I code it. It's there, and then I can interact with it. As soon as people went to legacy mode, it inverts the animation.
Yeah.
So people get like a down arrow and it goes up, and it was just madness. And I've been trying to fix this now since release.
Okay.
And nothing. And I got a breakthrough on Saturday when I thought, what if I do this as a lever rather than a switch?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that the landing gear works, and then that fixes it. So that's going to be an update that we need to test properly internally before we push, right? So basically, we don't have just 11 updates. Internally, we have around 8 more builds, all accumulating.
Wow.
Which I postponed because when you have such a large market like we do have now with the plane, and you're doing changes to address their concerns, it's very important you do small pushes, right? Number one, some of them are new to the brand. They don't never use the FSReborn before, and they will be suspicious of an update, and you get those that say, since the update this doesn't work. I know it's not true because I know what we change, right? So like yesterday we push textures of ambient occlusion and we put the landing gear, right? We know that we can't possibly break anything else because that's what we push. You understand? Right. So that gives confidence to everybody, okay, that what we're doing is working, basically. That's what you want to do. Now behind the scenes we have a tons of updates coming for the plane, all based on their feedback, things that they've been asking. that we were already planning to do after release anyway. It's just that when they were asking, I said, "Yeah, we know we're in the middle of doing that," and we can start sharing some of those to the community.
So these are all the pictures. Can I now show them? And I'll start
Yeah.
off with the first batch because, well, tell me what we're looking at here, because we're looking at avionics in our main screen.
Avionics. So this one is. Let me see. What picture I need to see which one you're sharing?
This is the first.
From
the first
the
one.
first.
Yeah, so they're in line, so it'll go left to right and then down.
Okay, so the first is the. Let me see. Okay, so a lot of people were asking that they require to. I didn't know this existed. I find out after release. When you are on single pilot operations and you are changing your barometers,
Mm-hmm.
what tends to occur is that you have an option on the Garmin that says synchronize them. So you don't have to go on the copilot side to set the barometer again, right? Because you're flying yourself and it will be very disturbing. So you scroll down on the GTC at the bottom. Yeah, I think I'm covering with my picture, so you have to. Okay, sync barometric pressure. There you go. It's coming. Okay, so that's already in place, and
Nice.
we're gonna allow people to go there and say, yeah, I want it on and off. Why you want it on and off? Some pilots fly this plane as operators, and they actually have captain, co-pilot, and they're supposed to cross-check,
Mm-hmm.
right? And there are utilities that exist already from job controls and all the similar add-ons that allows you to share the flight, and we have those profiles. So the idea is that you can set it on and off depending if you're flying yourself or you're flying with someone on that kind of circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that people were asking is, and you suffer from this, I remember, because you fly with SayIntentions.
Mm-hmm.
You know the flight ID number that goes on the PFD.
Yes.
So now you're gonna be able to click on that, so the next picture shows when he's typing it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you will click flight ID, and then the next picture will show that you can type your flight ID basically.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
So now you will type it directly there and then change it. If you don't, okay.
Hello there.
If you don't, then it picks it automatically from the what you call the livery ID that you have normally on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So you don't have to go there and change it every time. You know, it's optional, whatever. It's very useful for BATSIP and SayIntention.
Super. Okay. Our fourth image. What have we got here now? This is looking down at, looks to be the fuel page.
Yes. So as people need to understand, I think I explained it on the first stream, when we were looking at the aircraft during developing time, we never were able to see how you change the Garmin units to go from pounds to kilograms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Apparently, it's locked down manufacturer, and then we always assume, okay, it's because they always do LBS. And then, like 6 weeks pre-release, when we're all ready to go, we join another pilot from Brazil and says, no, you can have kilograms, but it have to be changed by Embraer.
Okay.
And we're like, all right. But it was too late to implement. We were ready where everything was in motion. They were already recording trailers. They were already doing the user manual. You know, everything was already in motion. It's too late to introduce a feature like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's done. So this is the page with pounds, and you move to the next. It will show it that it has the kilograms.
Nice. That's awesome.
Okay, and this we try to do it like on the real plane, that you will go inside and try to set it with the password that Embraer has. But when we saw the videos, it requires pulling certain circuit breakers, restarting the unit, and I took this with my other American. I'm like, nah, that's too complex. So what we do is we are attaching it to the FSReborn EFB units. So you change it on the EFB to kilograms, it will pick it up and then immediately takes it. Right? So,
If you set up like a Brazilian phone number, I mean, think of the mileage you could have got from that. Hello, Embraer. Yes, I'd like to. Right. I mean, that'd be brilliant. But it's great to see this, and you can implement it now directly from the EFB. And it's a point again. You know, I can see just Roy commenting there as well. You know, like as a developer, we're not going to give out in relation to where the SDK is at, but like you're being forced to make a lot of kind of workarounds. Now the good news is you've always done this. You've always done workarounds, and then you've shared that back with the development team to say, hey, this is how I fix it, and then they push that out as part of the SDK. So I think there's nothing new there, but we can certainly see from the passion that you have, and along with the feedback from your customers and pilots, and how you're trying to push the whole project, further and further. It's friggin' staggering. It really is.
Okay, so what is this?
This looks like an electrical emergency.
This looks like, okay, let me explain what it is, because it's hard to see from the picture, but what this is the following. On this particular aircraft, the emergency CAS have what is called golden rule. Okay, and a golden rule means that the computer will try to determine from all the stuff firing up what is the cause and flag it for you. So here, the test that we were doing is pushing the electric emergency, and everything goes like crazy. So it's highlighting you're having all these problems because you have an electric emergency. So it's trying to help the pilot. So this is implementation of the golden rule. Golden rule is coming now. And on the next page, we did a different failure, and then is determined on the there you go. So that's the golden rule. So you see what is going on there, right?
Okay, so your transponder, your radios, they've all failed because it's telling us that the MFD has a fault and then the GIA2 has failed.
Yes, but the golden rule is saying the most likely problem for all the CAS is the GIA2 fail.
Okay,
right? Okay, that's what is the golden rule. It highlights the one that I believe is the most likely cause for all the chain of events.
That's really cool. And then you can draw your eyes to that specific system or circuit breaker, and
that's it. That's the whole idea of the golden rule is, and now it's implemented. So that's coming on the avionic updates at the FSEXPO, and I have some jet lag asleep.
The golden rule is that what they
call
it?
The golden rule. Yeah, it's called like that. Yeah,
I love that, man. The golden rule. It's genius. I mean, to be able to pinpoint that again from a single pilot operation, to have a system that's trying to help the pilot directly instead of giving them a whole alert system of everything. It's like, see this bad day you're having. Here's the cause of it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, you have to land anyway.
The golden rule: land first.
But at least you know where you're landing, right?
Absolutely. Okay. And then our last one, this last one here.
Okay, so something that people were asking is the following, which is kind of, this is thanks to Luca, because he found a way to do this. But on the G3000, you don't have support for double what is it called, flight directors. Okay, so people were setting up dual queue on PFD1, and they're seeing single queue on PFD2. Right? And they were racing this and that, but he told me, I think I found a way. Okay, well, let's try. And then he tried, and then we managed. So a couple of things that you see here is that the top is now curved, right? You see where the FMS AP, it has a curving. No. The where you see the path, everything on the top. The black square now is rounded as it is on the real plane. So he did that.
Okay.
And then now when you set up the dual queue and all that kind of things, it will do it on the PFD2 as well. So you can have that kind of effect that they were looking for. So that's coming as well.
Nice. And that's using dual flight directors, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So before it was supported on the PFD1, now it's going to be on all of them basically. So lots of cool stuff on avionics is coming. We need to get the pilots to test on this as well. But that's not all, right? we are planning to do.
But wait, there's
Uh,
more.
there is more. There is more. So this comes from one of my internal team that does deliveries.
Okay.
He went on his own and suddenly sent me this, right? And he says, "Look what I did." I said, "Oh, that's super cool because we can add that to career mode, right?" I said, "Oh yeah, I was going to put these on .io." I said, "No, let's actually build it in because then we can put it on career mode." So this is coming as well. We did the medical variant now of Phenom. So you can see there all the equipment that is inside, and there are more shots of around.
The detailing is absolutely superb. And I think, do you know
It's
what?
crazy.
But even outside of the career mode, Raul, like folks like flying these air ambulance
Yeah.
flights,
Yeah,
right? Mercy
but
flights
you
and
will
so
be
on.
you will be able to pick it as a free flight if you want, but it will be career mode compatible too. Obviously, if you want to do your mission, right, and then see all the RTC cameras and everything. So that will take a little while to reach because we have to now find out how I configure the career mode for all this. But you can see there the variant. So all the seats are out and everything is just ready for people that requires emergency move around.
That's awesome, man. I love that. Having the because when you see the Phenom, you're like, yeah, ultimate business jet. But also, I mean, there's utility variants, especially with the Phenom 300 before the E. So yeah, this is fantastic to see. And I got to say, I love the modeling.
Yeah, this is the advantage of 2024 that you cannot have in 2020. That is modular like this, and you can start playing with these things. So look how quick we've been 3 weeks out and then just seeing this variant, right? If this was a 2020 playing, it would be much longer to be able to do that. So all this is happening behind the scenes, and we have the pushback truck that we showed the other day. That's coming too, and we are gonna have as well the.
Now, just not to alert you, you're still live, but Discord is having a moment. But keep talking.
Okay, all right. As long as people hear me,
We can hear
you. People want to use the free later. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will.
Oh no, he's gone. My Discord is reset completely on that. Oh no! Hang on, lads. Connection problems, let us know. Yes. Anyone else have a problem with Discord? Has it dropped? Wait, hang on. We'll go back to old school. Jesus, how do we do this now? Is it working on my phone even? It's working on my phone. I'll buzz him here on my phone, will I? Start a call. See if it works on the phone. Can you hear me? I don't know. Start the call. It says ongoing call. Can you hear me? Ah, balls. How do we do this now? Yeah, I think Discord is kaput. Hang on now. Can you hear me? Hello? No. So Discord is on the blink. Hang on now. Have you another way of talking to Raul? This will freak him. This will freak him out. Please be the right person. Please be the right person. Wait now.
Well, now I need to take my. Okay.
You sound lovely on the phone.
Do I?
Now, the camera, there he is on my phone. Look, brilliant. Yeah, Discord is after having a moment of sheer joy, but we'll have you on speaker here. Hopefully the guys can hear you.
Do they? All right, then. Zoom call. What is Discord doing? Let me restart Discord on the PC, maybe.
It's on my side.
From all the days, I'm telling you.
Oh. See the way I plan for these things, though?
Yeah, I know.
Hang on, if I exit Discord and fire it up again. That's, to be fair though, it's never happened before.
No, I don't know. Discord is having a moment. So we cannot have it on the PC for some reason. And the phone works, which is weird.
Well, I've rang your private number, so.
Okay.
Do you remember that mistake you made when you gave me your phone number?
Yes, we can do WhatsApp too.
100%. No, well, hopefully the guys can hear you. So, yeah, Raul, as I was saying, like, look at 11 updates. You've far more ready to rock as well, and we have this opportunity to show the folks a work in progress look of a Medivac variant of the 300E as well. And that, if folks may have forgotten, you also gave us a look at this new what was it called? The pushback tug unit, the battery operated yoke, which is also in development.
Right. Yes. So that's another one that we're going to push. And all these, the idea is that all these updates that you see in the backlog will be packed, tested on console, and both the console and the PCs get it at once. Boom. So we will go, kind of release to everywhere with these and the other kind of options that we're showing, and maybe other fixes that we can fit in from the community feedback, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So it's incredible work. I've yet to come across any development team at this level of interaction, if you like, based on the feedback. And like I've seen it, it's very, very popular in the community. There's a ton of other content creators flying this aircraft. People are really enjoying this, and they're probably enjoying it a awful lot more perhaps than what they thought. A business jet, you might say you're quite limited, but it's because there are so many unique quirks about this aircraft. And the added challenge, I know people are going to keep asking for, hey, I'd love to see the auto throttle be implemented. And that's on your roadmap somewhere.
Yes. The thing about auto throttle is that it's being retrofitted to aircraft this year. So I have no information yet, but as soon as we do, we will put it on. It will be straight away in putting like these updates are coming through, so it's not worry about it. It's just, I can't code something that I haven't used or seen people how it's used or any data about how it's used. There is a lot of confusion because there are certain aircraft out there that have this, but it's not the Embraer solution. It's something that they were putting in custom. The one that's Embraer solution has been fitted now on January, and there are operators that have it, but it's disabled because the pilots are getting the training on it. So as soon as they get the training and they're certified, they will enable it on the planes and they will start using it. At that point, they're customers because they told me, oh yeah, I've been training on it. They were on the server. At that point, they will tell me, okay, Raul, this is how it works. And then at that point onwards, probably will be like 2 days and it's out. So it's just a matter of understanding how it works to put it on. Yeah. That's it. That's all it is.
That's going to be very exciting. But
I don't understand why Discord is working on the phone, but not on the PC. I'm going to start my laptop to see if it works on the laptop. Give me a second.
No, I called you on WhatsApp. It's not actually Discord.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, Discord for me, it's
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what's up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You've lovely filters.
I see. Okay. In that case, we're okay.
Yeah. No, it's still just loading up here in the background. But the next couple of days for you, Raul, you're departing early bells in the morning. We're heading over to FSReborn Phenom. You're going to be there. Yep. People can come up to you and have a chat and shake your hand and say well done for the Phenom. And also you're happy to share news and updates with folks there as well.
Yeah, and all the things that we're going to be doing and all the things that we're releasing during Expo with Microsoft. So it's all going well, let's say.
It's great. It's all part of the plan. I love it.
It's all part of the plan. But people on the community, please understand that I do listen what you guys are saying, but it has been really overwhelming, a very busy month. I can't respond to every single post that occurs. It doesn't mean that I'm not reading it, or it doesn't mean that someone on my team is not reading it. It's just physically impossible to respond to every single thing. There were a couple of persons that were upset because I was not acknowledging something, but it's difficult to answer everything. It just doesn't mean it gets ignored. Sometimes I don't understand a problem, I need time to read it. Sometimes they're asking something that I know that if I change that, we will break something else heavily. I immediately say, that's not going to happen. I mean, yes, I understand it's not the answer you were hoping to hear, but what is worse, me saying nothing and then not doing it? I'm telling you straight to your face, it's not going to happen. This is how it's going to work, right? I think we should both appreciate that they are there giving me the feedback. At the same time, I wanted to appreciate that I am there giving them an answer, I know, like, all the depths that disappear into the ether with your cache and into the sunset until you hear that they have another aircraft. That's not the case. We've been there spot on every day, answering questions, seeing what we can do, trying to help everybody. Don't get upset if I say that's not going to happen. Not going to work. I'm not going to change that, because I'm being honest. Certain things I can't fix. I'm not God, and it's just the way it is sometimes. Sometimes I don't know how to do something. I tell people, oh, yeah, this is a problem because a particular example, the switches. I tell people, I don't know how to do it. I really don't know. And I'm going to need to go on, scratch my head and then find whatever. And then I found a solution now doing the answer lever. But I'm being honest. No, I appreciate the honesty. If I'm telling you no for a reason, it's not because I'm being rude to say no. I actually like explaining to people the reason behind certain things so they understand the reasoning behind it, right? And sometimes they give me a feedback and say, yeah, but this, and then, okay, open to me an idea, and then I can go for it, right? But certain things sometimes I can't fix. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator for entertainment purposes, and we have done the best job we can to bring it to a kind of quality level that allows people to enjoy as close as possible to the real thing. But we cannot forget this is an entertainment market, and the SDK will have entertainment market limits. If anyone is coming to any of my products expecting to have a one-to-one, what is going on? I'm getting a call now.
You can put me on hold.
Oh no, I think this call is back.
No,
Yeah.
not on my screen.
It is on mine, so now I'm getting call from Discord and this.
Jesus, you're getting calls all over. Hang on, I'll stop a call on Discord. It shouldn't be. I'll wait for this one here. If this one here works, well, then we're back at laughing. But
yeah.
No, listen, it's a great insight, and like I've been watching your Discord as well. I've seen the influx of new people. Everyone all has the same passion about this Phenom. They all love it. They enjoy it, and they want to get the best possible experience from it. And it's just been incredible to see the feedback, but it's also seeing you dealing with the feedback, because while you're implementing so many different changes, it's also important, as you say, if folks don't get a direct response, it doesn't mean their point hasn't been looked at or it's not being raised internally. It's just physically, it's impossible. You can't get around to everyone. But it's interesting now, everything is considered, so like, I'd say you have a bit of time, you have a bit of airtime tomorrow. I don't know, is that your planned annual go to sleep? Because that's the only time you'll get to go to sleep in the plane, right? But yeah, I think especially at Expo, I mean, anyone who's going to be at Expo to ramble around, you'll see Raul walking around. Be sure to grab him and say hello, and if you've any questions, you'd be only delighted to tell him,
Yeah. So that's the key thing. We're there. We're there for you. We're accessible, right? Let's enjoy what we have, and stop picking much into what we don't have, because I believe we have achieved, for the price point, something that is very good. And as you can see today, we're not stopping. We keep adding. We keep adding stuff. When I keep adding these more stuff as far as the ROM is complete, and then we're gonna start releasing more stuff for new planes. Right? We have planes to convert, and we have more aircraft to do. A lot of exciting things that are gonna be coming.
Looking forward to it. We're looking forward. Raul, as always, it's been incredible for you to catch up. I know how busy you are, and it's just been great just to get that update. As I said, we've seen 11 updates so far from the Phenom, and you've another 8 different builds already in motion, plus new features being addressed through the avionics, and also with a Medivac variant coming soon as well. This is just, it's so exciting to see, and it's refreshing to see the release. It's not, okay, we'll take a break now, we're relaxed. No, you're staying on this, and that itself, I think, speaks volumes inside the flight sim community. There's only a handful of folks who have that level of commitment. It's great to see, because no one would have said anything if you said, I'm taking a month off, but you haven't. You've been flat out doing this, so it is great to see. Plus, it's not exclusive to just this aircraft. I mean, you are actively working on other projects as well, which is insane. It's insane. So yeah, dude, it's awesome to see.
We're going to push these big updates on the Phenom, and then I'm going to have some time with my daughter for weeks. And then we're going to carry on, as you say.
Awesome stuff. Right. Well, listen, I'll let you go because you're up early in the morning, and I'll meet you. I'm not up that early. Like, I live in Ireland, so it's grand. It's a 2-hour drive. Well, right. It's an hour and 45-minute drive, but it takes you about 3 hours to do it. But I'll meet you inside for a coffee, and we'll solve the world's problems. By the time we land in America, we'll have it all figured out.
No, by the time we land in America, we're going to have like 5 Addons design it.
Well, yeah, we'll come up with a new idea for an aircraft in the plane. That'll be the way to do it. But listen, we're going to catch up with you over at FSEXPO anyway. No doubt they'll be there with a camera and a microphone to say hello to the folks and just give us your feedback from FSEXPO as well. But as always, dude, thank you so much for giving us this insight and being so approachable in the community. To share what you're working on, to give us the ideas, to shine some light on the process after such a major release for FSReborn, to bring us on that journey. And as I say, 11 updates already. I know you can't be pressing buttons in the background. Look at the way you did that, you slide in. You said nothing. That's terrible. But anyway, you're an absolute gent and a scholar, and sure, we'll see you tomorrow for a coffee, and we'll see you back here in the stream, hopefully on Friday or Saturday.
Yep. All right. Perfect.
Awesome. Great stuff.
We will talk again in the Janks land.
Brilliant. All right, listen, safe flight, and we'll see you in Dublin tomorrow.
All right.
All right, take care, mate.
Bye.
Bye. Isn't he only brilliant? Raul is absolutely brilliant, and he gifted an absolute plethora of Jesus, how many subs was that? Raul, did you see what he did? How many was that? That is an outlandish amount. 20 tier 1 subs, lads, going out to the community from Raul of FSReborn. If you got a tier 1 sub, lads, do be sure you say thank you to Raul. The pictures we're looking at here is work in progress, and it's adding a new Medivac variant to the Embraer Phenom that has been created by FSReborn. Not to mention then a number of updates to all the avionics as well. Absolutely incredible stuff, and it's just exciting to see. As I said, I've really been enjoying flying this aircraft. It's with the sheer amount of updates and seeing where he's going next with it. It's absolutely class. So yeah, we'll have to definitely catch up with Raul over at Expo as well. So many thanks for that. We're going to move on now. We have a couple of things to showcase. Discord appears to be coming back online, but what I want to have a quick look at first. Where is this now? Quick note to anyone. So we did our D-Day flight the other day. For Firefly Air, 6 Knots created an achievement. It's now live, or it's been live since the other day. So if you'd like to go back, there's links here for all the scenery and the liveries and the flight plans. It's available over on FSHub.io for our virtual airline. If you'd like to go back, there is an achievement and XP up for grabs if you would like to fly that D-Day flight following that of Mission Albany from the 101st Airborne. So a massive thank you to 6 Knots for creating this for us for the achievement. It's available through FS Hub. The next thing then, we're just going to have a quick load in here because Cyrus T has been busy, and we're currently running a competition over on our Discord for a new livery. It's a new retro livery that he's designed for the Phoenix A320, and he's done 2 variants. There's a white one and a black one. I'm going to load in briefly to show you the white one. And the competition will allow you, if you win, you'll get to name the aircraft. So you'll see the name on the side and a logo there as well. And it's a beautiful livery, absolutely beautiful livery. So I just wanted to give you a quick look of how all this looks like here in the sim. Because as I say, it will be this is the pre-painted variant of it, just so you can see what the crack is, right, as the sim loads in. So it is a virtual airline livery for Firefly Air. This is classed on our retro design, the new one that Cyrus did. And as I said, in terms of the giveaway, you'll get to put your name on the side of the aircraft, a graphic logo, all that kind of stuff there as well. So if you're interested in that, you can ramble on over to our Discord. You'll see it in the announcements page, and it will be on this aircraft. One winner will get to name this aircraft, the white variant, and the other winner will get to name the black variant of this aircraft as well. So yeah, it's a very pretty livery, this retro one. We have it on the Boeing. We're now seeing it onto the Phoenix as well, and it just gives us the option if you'd like to fly it in either our main liveries, being the Alpha livery or indeed the retro livery. And they're absolutely gorgeous. I love how they're reflective, and again, Cyrus has just done incredible work here with this. We have such amazing livery designers and creators. We have Cyrus, we've Gibbo, we've Cornwolf. There's so many names I've already forgotten to mention. We have incredible livery designers inside our community, and also the interior zone. Come on yourself, Cyrus. Interior's done as well. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant. Incredible stuff here. Isn't it beautiful? So to mark the occasion, as I said, our competition is Eject. Isn't it brilliant, Muse? Isn't it brilliant? So these are all free liveries, by the way. They're all hosted on our website, and the winner will be chosen. The 2 winners will be chosen on Friday, and then we'll get them over to Cyrus, and then he'll have this released in the coming days and weeks. So I just wanted to give you a preview of that in the sim. Amazing work by Cyrus and all our livery artists as well. It's the skills. You know, so you have to come up for a name for it. Yeah. So some of the names we picked over the years, we've had St. Patrick, we've had Bremen, or Flight of the Bremen, or Spirit of the Bremen. We've had a couple of really nice ones already. DC6, for example, that has one too. So great to see it there. Now, moving on then to the aircraft we're going to have a quick look at. This one currently in development. It is a pre-release variant, and it is that of the Grumman AA5. Now, if we go in and have a look at some of the different variants, this is being released by Bluesky Hangar in partnership with Just Flight, who are publishing the aircraft. So it comes with 3 variants: the Tiger, the Cheetah, and the Traveller, right? Each very similar. However, the Tiger has a piston Lycoming 360. The Cheetah and also the Traveller share the 320 variant. So we're going to go with the Tiger, the 360 variant. Number of different liveries are going to be available with the aircraft. We got a nice kind of flack of them here. So we have a couple of German ones, we have a British one, a couple of North American ones here as well. And depending on the style of the aircraft, for example, if you go for the Cheetah, well, the Cheetah was actually used, of course, during for training for the USN. So you can see that livery in there as well. Right, so there's some very, very nice ones all going to be released with this aircraft. If we check on the Traveller, we'll have a couple of more options in here as well. Some very colourful liveries. They're beautiful. I love the liveries. So we'll load in with the Tiger, only because I'm half familiar with the Tiger, right? And let's see what we have a look at here. Goose says, what time do you fly out tomorrow, Murph? Our flight isn't until 2 o'clock. But by the time we leave Tipperary, get up to Dublin and all this. So we're planning to leave at around 7. That'll get us up there for around 9:30. Planning to meet Jeppesen for a cup of tea and a sandwich. And then Raul will be over. And I think Chewie will be over then at around 11 or 12. So meeting up with a few folks at the airport if you can. So what we're going to do here, I just want to show you the aircraft. Now, as I mentioned, it's pre-release. There are some known issues with this airplane right now. right? There's a couple of things that have been flagged. The developer has already responded to say, don't worry, they've all been fixed and they'll be ready for release. One of them, there's an issue with the ailerons. Wrong animation. Aileron left goes up, right aileron goes down, and vice versa, but they're the wrong way. They're the wrong way around. They are aware of it, which is good news. All right. And also some other changes when it comes to some of the functions inside the avionics and the systems, right? So starting off with the aircraft, as we can see, beautiful model. I mean, this is old school general aviation flying. That's what these are aiming for. And it is that of the Grumman AA5 family. It's using a native 2024 walk-around check, so we can individually click on all the critical control points of the aircraft, including tie downs, chocks, all that kind of jazz, right? We're going to skip that because I want to spend some time here just showing you some of the model work and texturing, because I think this is quite a beautiful looking aircraft. Now, I haven't noticed, do we have the option yet for a custom tail number? I don't believe we have, right? Because it just has, with the liveries, they seem to be predefined liveries or predefined tail numbers. But in terms of the overall look, the modeling, the texture work, I think this is very, very nice indeed. There's plenty of detail here. You've bumps, scratches, marks, you've all this kind of stuff. You know, the lighting, or the light, looks pretty good here as well. Prop spinner is all good. Engine intake covers. The livery then showcasing that we have the tiger on the side of it. Cheetah shows you a cheetah, and so on. Sim update 5.1 beta released, focusing on WASM crashes. Nice. Looking over on the leading edge of the wing here, again, we got some nice dirt textures, this kind of stuff. Fuel tank is sitting there as well. Underneath, we have the fairings or the wheel pans. We have an option to remove these. I'll show you what some of the options look like. But again, I think from a textures point of view, this is very, very nice. I mean, looking at this is a beautifully modeled aircraft. It looks superb. The textures are very, very nice. It's very, very good. Very, very good from Bluesky Hangar. And they're not a developer I'm familiar with. So it's great to see this with the Grumman AA5. Modeling, texture, the use of reflections, the wear and tear, the dirt and grime in the aircraft, this is very, very nice indeed. So inside the aircraft, when I press that button a second time, inside the aircraft, well, we're met with pretty much the same level of attention to detail here from textures and so on. So for example, we'll go ahead and get our main canopy open. Nice sounds. The modeling on the seats, I think, look absolutely class, don't they? Very, very pretty. Look at the seat belts and everything. Like, it's just, there's savage attention to detail here. Beautiful textures. Moving on onto the main panel. Again, everything in here is 3D, and the display is very crisp. I mean, we can keep zooming in here, but you get the idea. This is very, very nice indeed, right? Very nice. Now let's have a look in here, because my Discord has just decided to start up again. Where is this now? Where is this now? Right. But yeah, it's looking very, very nice here. The features of this aircraft is where it stands out, right? Because we have our pilot operating handbook, right? And if we go back to the start, welcome aboard. Now, looking at it, the text here is a little bit on the hard to read side. I mean, you can read it, right? You can move on to the next page. We see all our performance specifications. This is where it gets interesting. So we can see our pre-flight, and this is how we'd follow around with the aircraft, all right? This is where things get interesting, because they're done as notes. Look at this, right? So if we wanted to remove the chocks and the engine covers, the pitot tube, the hubcap. So if we remove the wheel pans, we can actually have the option to show wheel hubs. See the wheel hubs, right? Big red hub, right? Or if we don't want those, well, we can remove the hubcaps. Hang on now, Murph. You can remove the hubcaps. So you have all these little options for just kind of customizing the aircraft, making it feel like it's your own. So I applaud them on that. The main thing with this aircraft, we can also fold down the rear seats. So if you want to use it as a 2-seater cross country, or if you want to throw it in as a 4-seater kind of commuter, you can absolutely do that. That's a nice little feature, isn't it? The main thing here, lads, is how we want to fly the aircraft. If you notice, we have a mixed panel here. We have an IFR capable panel with an autopilot, and we also have the Garmin GNS 430. However, if we want to go strictly VFR, click of a button, we can go strictly VFR flying. Or indeed, if we want to change it to an IFR capable, in goes VOR, ADF, and nav radios. Or indeed, we can swap this directly over to a G1000 suite, modern glass avionics, or you can bring it back to your mixed VFR and IFR flying capabilities. I do like this option. Now, anything that we've changed here, right? The only thing is you can only make these changes whilst on the ground, engine off, which kind of makes sense, right? Fellow former controller still has his AA5, had it for nearly 40 years. It's in top condition. No way. Yeah, I love this feature that we can change this up, because it just means getting into the aircraft, you know, what way do I want to fly with this today? Do you know what I mean? Alison Johnson is here. Welcome aboard, Ali. Hope you had a great stream. I had my alerts turned off because they were covered in Raul's face, but I'll turn them back on again.
Allow myself to introduce
myself. Ali, hope you're well, missus. Thank you very much indeed for the raid, and welcome in, raiders.
To introduce
myself. Twice.
Myself.
Welcome in, guys. Hope you had a great stream. Mang said you had a great flight. Awesome. Awesome stuff. So yeah, we're just here looking at the upcoming Grumman AA5. Right, 2 shout outs because it's Ali. And a resub as well. 69 months resubbage. Jesus. Ali, thank you very, very much indeed. Incredible. The magic number, indeed. The magic number. Jesus. Thank you very, very much indeed, missus. Hope you're well. And you're very, very welcome in. Febro, good to see you. So, right, what we're going to do, we're going to get this aircraft into action. I do like the way, I mean, look at this. I mean, we're, you know, VFR, IFR, you can change all this to your heart's content. I'm going to go with the G1000s, right? And you might say, but Murph, why are you putting glass? Because I like the G1000s. And I think if this was your own personal aircraft, if you're going to, well, do you know what? We'll go VFR, so. You've all seen the G1000s. We'll go VFR, right? So if we're finished with that, we'll close. And there's not really much else in here in terms of clickables. All our circuit breakers are modelled, which is great news, right? So these are all modelled. And they react quite well. Very clear to see, right? Very clear to see. All right. Don't wreck the A400. First time ever flying it. Oh, you didn't wreck it. Oh, it's so good, isn't it? It's so good. Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to get this canopy closed. Sure. We'll start it up with the canopy and we'll see what happens. Right. So quick check down here. So our master battery switch coming on, fuel levels coming on. We do have some sounds coming in now. There's no avionics master switch, so that's all okay. We're going to go ahead with our tail beacon and our nav lights. We'll go ahead and get our alternator on. Mags go to both. Fuel go to the right hand side, mixture fully rich, open our throttle, and we're going to give it a little bit of prime here as well. All right. And now we'll go for a start. Eamon says, seems as though it'll cost 22. Is it? Do they have the price on it, Eamon? It just says coming soon. I didn't see the price. Right. Clear prop. And we'll give this an out start and see what happens, will we? Okay, we gotta go start. The sounds of the canopy open. And then we'll close the canopy. Alright. What else do we have here now? So in terms of this particular layout, don't need to worry too much about our avionics. We'll squawk 1200. And let's just see if our ident button works, which it does. That's all grand. Comm radios, they're all fine. Tail beacon can come on. Landing light come on. Fuel pump. I didn't bother with the fuel pump. You can use it. In terms of head-up simulation, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have it. But we'll see how we get on with this now. You are on 1100. Man, Scott, look at that. The sniper misses nothing. So off the brakes. Let it roll forward. And we'll go external just to listen to the external sounds. Are we ready? Isn't it a pretty little machine? Good sounds. So they were developed between 1971 and 1979, I think. The AA5 family evolved through 3 major variants. There was more than 3,000 examples of this built, right? It's flown all around the world, and as such, this package contains real-world liveries from the UK, the USA, Germany, and Canada, with matching panel interior upholstery colours for each of them. So the upholstery that we're seeing on the inside is going to be dictated by the livery outside. Now, the release of this aircraft, it's down as coming soon, but as I say, it's on a very short final. As I said, with the ailerons, they're the only things that are broken. They work, but just the animations are reversed. It is a very pretty airplane, this. In terms of features like wear and tear, nothing there that I can see. But I think this is just going to be a nice machine for just kind of cruising around. It's a beautiful shape. They're beautiful looking aircraft. So we're going to ramble up towards our active. Let's see here now. We do have the use of flaps, electronic flaps. Nice. We'll use 1 knot for takeoff. And we'll actually do a run up on we'll do a run up on the runway just to make sure the mags are working. So we'll hold station just here. Yeah, it sounds great, doesn't it? Alright, so RPM coming up. Roughly there. We'll go into the left mag. Substantial drop, back to both. Usually the drop should be 80 to 120 RPM, so I don't know, is that an issue that we need to watch or what, but it works anyway. Right, so for takeoff, let us go and fly this machine. Are we ready? Let's have a look. Okay, takeoff power set. See how slow it is for that RPM to completely rise. Look, 2300, 2400, and we're flat out. Hey, Zybot, good to see you. Dougal, good to see you. Alright, oopsie daisy. Alright, flaps in. And get ourselves trimmed. Now, it's one thing, and it's very hard to kind of, for you to see it, because you need to fly it. The handling on this aircraft is excellent. It feels very, very nice to fly.
Dreamy,
to hand
sleepy,
fly
nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Dad Gaming, thanks for that. Certainly, Dev, good to see you. In terms of trimming, it has sufficient kind of P-torque, yaw adverse trim, but it is easy to trim out. But this thing hand flies really, really well. It's very smooth in the air. It's a very stable airplane, and it just hand flies beautifully. Isn't it pretty? Just a pretty airplane. Great sounds, looks great, flies great. Right, so what about its behaviour? We want to get up a little bit higher here, but in order to try a stall, now I haven't noticed a stall horn on this, but sure, we'll find out. Power to idle, we're holding about 30 degrees. There's a small bit of a kick. Buffet, drop. No stall warning, so I don't know, does that need to be added? We'll try a stall again. Hold. And she just drops. Now, if you do it right, you can stall this properly. Now, when I say properly, like she'll drop a wing, and it takes you into all sorts of BJney then, right? So we'll try that again. Maybe we have to go steeper. There she goes. But you can throw it into all sorts of mischief, and as I said, the hand flies so really well. Speed management or energy management is nice. It's not going to set any records for speed. It's not snappy to fly. It's very kind of smooth and easy going. Mets is here, going to see it. A beacon on the wing, you say? Yeah, that's interesting. So what we have nav light, Peter heat, strobe, tail beacon, and landing. So I imagine that's supposed to be a strobe light. They're the strobes, so they just have the wrong colour for the strobes. Yeah, it shouldn't be red. This build that I have, and remember, this isn't the final release, there's a couple of small little issues with it. The developer's aware of them. So yeah, I don't think you'd have a flashing red strobe. Is there such a thing? Maybe you can... Red strobe light. Anti-collision beacon mounted on the top of the aircraft. Yeah. Only the PC-24 has red strobes. There are red strobes, but generally not in the wing. Okay. That's okay. Let me see now. Interior lights. I think the lights in general, though, depending on the variant, they're still working on them. Do you know? Because even in here, I don't have proper illumination of lights. Right? So if we go with a different variant, that's probably the best way to test this. So that was the Tiger. Let's go with the Cheetah. We'll configure this up and have a quick look. We'll go with the Cheetah. And let's see what happens here. As I said, they're aware of a couple of issues with the aircraft, so I wouldn't be too worried just yet. And the good news, like, the dev is aware of what needs to be done, do you know? So I'll have a quick look at this to see, does it have the same issue? Maybe it does. This is a different engine in this variant as well. Slightly less power in this one. Like in delivery. Oh yeah. That's pretty, isn't it? That's very pretty. Murph will feel right at home flying the Cheetah. Okay, so again, completely different interior. Different colours. This is very nice, isn't it? So, as it's a military, we'll go with the G1000s for the crack, will we? Baggage door. Ooh. Okay. Go back one. Alright, baggage door, wheel pans. We'll go with the wheel pans. Yeah, she looks nice. Right, everything else should be removed. So we need to clear these guys. Pitot, engine, chocks. There we go. We're finished with you. And we'll bring this one up for a start. So we'll go battery, fuel. Get some lights on. Mixture rich. Little bit of primer. Fuel tank on. Open our throttle just a little bit. Mags, and we'll try a start. Alright, good start. Fuel pump off. Some lights turned on. Alternator on. Alright. Let's see what happens. Kieran Niall, good to see you, bud. Possibly a bug. They're red flashing strobes, so might need a fix for sure. In terms of night lighting, so we have this kind of red light, then we have our avionics. Beautiful reflections on the window, look. And that side light as well, that's pretty. I think our main light can probably be increased a little bit. Wouldn't be the brightest, but this is still very pretty. Man, that's a sight. Nighttime flight, look at this thing. Alright, speed coming up. There's 60. Little bit of trim, in you go. It's a different kettle of fish with the different avionics, lads, isn't it? Very much so. Alright, change the time of day. Oopsie daisy. And there we go. It's a pretty machine. A couple of smaller issues around the place. Yeah, I think the beacon is bouncing off the door as well. There's a couple of small changes to be made, for sure. But it's still a nice looking machine. How do we turn that off? There we go. That light there, I mean, it's designed to be looking at your notes. That's what it's shining on. Okay. But you can't seem to be able to change any of these options once you're airborne. You can't change out any layout once you're in the air. What do you think of it, lads? I mean, okay, the few issues, and again, they're aware of them, so I would expect not to see any of the bugs that we see right now, right? But what do you think of it as a general aviation aircraft? I mean, what are your thoughts on this? Thanks, Hermit. Cheers, buddy. Looks like a fun wee VFR chariot. I think so. Nice little GA machine. Seems decent little plane. Yeah. Sprockets likes it. Super Tight thinks it's fairly good. I'm going to try the stall out here for the crack. Hold. I need to figure out as to why I'm not getting, number one, a stall warning, but two, why we're not getting a wing drop. Like, that wing should just horse down, you know? I'd have thought. So yeah, so maybe a bit of work on the dynamics as well. Very pretty though. Very, very pretty machine. Yeah. 100% the wing should go. Yeah, I think it should, doesn't it? On this low wing, definitely the wing should go. Some high wing planes that get away with it. I wonder, is it just down to the attitude? I won't go as steep this time. Okay, there's the wing. Oh, jeez, it's on a spin. Right, hang on. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, 30 degrees bank versus 25. So if we keep it at 25, don't go beyond 25. So we'll keep it at 25 and see what happens. Okay. No stall warning. Pulling it back. Didn't really do. The wing is trying to drop. Doesn't seem right, does it? Check out 320 Sim Pilot's fitness, says Dougal. Yeah, no, I must. Like, I don't know, am I doing something wrong, or... We'll try it here again, look. Like, the wing definitely does drop. I'm not doing that. Oh, mother. Right, don't panic. But it's just interesting, it won't induce a wing drop at 30 degrees bank or 30 degrees pitch. Do you know? I'd need to look into its lookup tables to see. Like doing these sort of stalls below 2,000 feet, you want your head examined anyway. But let's just see what I can do here. So there's 20, 25 degrees. And she'll spin. There's a spin. So yeah, it'll spin, and yes, we'll die because, well, you know. We'll just hold it there. So yeah, you can induce a spin. But it seems to be coded as a sweet spot between kind of 15 and 25 degrees. I don't know, does that need to be changed? I think it does, to be honest. You know? So they're down there now. I'll need to look in on it. But as I say, you should be able to... Okay, there's a bug. Jesus, then, you wouldn't want to be keeping the old boots and arse sticking out the... I'm just saying now, you know. I thought it was like part of the exhaust system. It's not, it's me boots and me arse hanging out at the floor. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, a couple of bugs for sure. But it's not released yet, so we'll fly it when it's released. We'll definitely take this out for a spin once it's released. Definitely. But yeah, loads of fun. I think it's a pretty plane. I've never seen that though. That's brilliant. I was wondering where my pilot was, but he's actually in there. The poor devil. He's just beneath the plane. Right. Lovely view, you know. But yeah, maybe new braking system boots. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Where's the rest of the body? Yeah, it's in there somewhere, right? Be all right. But anyway, lads, listen, that's going to call it for tonight. My thanks to everyone for tuning in and keeping me company here tonight. We're away at FSEXPO now for the next couple of days. We'll keep an eye on Discord for when we're going to do a stream. I'll keep you up to date on Discord anyway with traveling and getting around and what I'm getting up to. And yeah, we'll more than likely, we'll have a stream at some stage on Saturday, probably Sunday, just to catch you up with what's going on with the announcements and all the news and all that jazz as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. And if you have any questions or if you want me to get in front of any particular developer or supplier, just let me know. We'll do what we can to get your questions answered for sure. Do you know? But lads, listen, thanks a million. So very much indeed. Shout out to Raul for joining us this evening. His schedule, it's so busy, and just to take a little bit of time out to catch us up on what he's working on with the Phenom is really, really great. And yeah, enjoyed the Frisk search as always. I shall, Gibbo. Mr. TPHI, thank you very much indeed. Lads, thanks a million. And as I said, our next normal stream is tomorrow week on Wednesday. But yeah, we'll keep you going. Can you ask Simfanatic why he drinks so much? He does. Well, he doesn't drink much, but like, he made me. He got. I don't know. He did. He got me a drink last year, and it was like it nearly knocked me over. So yeah, we'll have to put that theory to the test, though. You know. But yeah, very much looking forward to catching up. But anyone who's going to be at Expo, make sure you come and see me. As I said, with thanks to FlightSimTees.com, we have these amazing brand new before public release hats and caps available. So I'm bringing a few with me, so hopefully I can get one to everyone, and then we'll be adding these hopefully to the website very soon. And again, just top stuff from Gibbo from making all this stuff. It's absolutely deadly. Right, lads, that's the story now. We shall see you all when I see you, but keep an eye on Discord for any updates as we head on over to America. So until the next time, it'll probably be tomorrow or Thursday, you take care. Bags are all the rage. Yeah, thanks for that, lads. Well done. What a great start to the feckin' night. And we're already... Stop pressing the buttons! Right, that needs to go. Fat. But in fairness, though. Right, I mean, the posture, right? I'm talking about me, of course. Right? But anyway, quick, before we're in trouble.
You did this on purpose.
No, I didn't do anything.
Just to prove that I wasn't looking.
I wasn't looking at anything. I was looking deep into her eyes.
Oh, were you?
I was, actually was.
Her eyes are strategically placed
No, her name tag was down on the... and a very bad eyesight. I had to lean right in. Oh, Jesus! Listen, the important thing is... it's to be warm next week. No cloud at all. Oh, Jesus. Why did this start off terribly bad? I'm in trouble. You didn't use your indicators. Electricity must be expensive in your truck, is it? Christ! Oh no, a terrible accident! Jesus! Did you
Few men even consider the possibility of life on other planets. Yet, across the Gulf...
Jesus! What was that?